Alrighty then, good afternoon, all you fantastic people. Silver Dragon here, coming at you with some more X4, Split Vendetta. God knows it's been a while, and I figured, hey, with some new announcements made here recently, why not get back to it again? Now, let me go ahead and refresh my interface here and make sure that everything is good to go, because I know how it likes to fuck about. As per usual there. Nope, titles look good, everything looks good, fantastic. We're pretty much good to go there. Excellent. Alright. Let's go ahead and resume here. So, last time around we did have the wharf finished. We're still adding some enhancements onto it. I still do need to acquire a couple of systems, which I haven't yet, so I'm still missing several, actually basically two big clusters of systems that I haven't found yet. Oh, they're withdrawing a lot of debt right now. Hopefully that means they'll be making me a lot more money. So there's a lot of things that I need to do. I really need to get more stations. I just don't have enough stations. I almost have too many station complexes, to be honest, because I like to have my own self-contained production complexes, per se. I don't like to run a lot of trade ships in between my various stations. I just have to have its own, be able to rely on itself and a couple of miners, pretty much. Although that's nice in one way, it's also a lot more expensive to set up, and you don't necessarily get as much value from it almost as just throwing down a couple of stations where they're needed. Part of the problem as well is that there's not as many gaps in the universe that I could take advantage of for building those stations. Wait, what? What?
Hello.
Why are you waiting orders?
Dragon.
Oh god. I'm like, that was a weird glitch.
Container.
She's like, how? Okay. Apparently she decided to take over the pilot seat from me. That was awkward. That was slightly awkward. I've never seen her do that before. But okay. We can roll with that, per se. So, yeah. Anyway, what was I saying?
Thanks for your help. Here's a little something as thanks.
I like that. Thank you. I will take some money. I appreciate it. But yeah, so when I first, when you create your own universe, when you start the game, a lot of what's built station-wise can, change. Both from what the AI does, what you do, You might have a gap in materials in one system during one game, not so much in another. At least that's what I've somewhat noticed at times. So when I got into this universe, there just wasn't enough gaps in production that I could take advantage of. Of course, there's a variety of ways for that to happen, even just over time. With the Xenon and all the various civil wars going on, they're going to blow up some stations that are going to require rebuilding or and such for that. The problem is just finding them, because it can take you quite a while to, looking in depth for each material and where they're needed and whether there's any stations nearby producing it, whether there's any stations nearby producing the goods that are needed to produce that good, and so on and so forth.
Prime.
So there's a lot you have to get into eventually to do that. So I usually end up just being like, okay, what do they need in this area? Well, I'll just make a giant complex roughly nearby that can produce that for them. So yeah, I mean, they do make lots of money, especially when I set them up properly to actually
System. Atikva's choice.
Actually buy and sell like they're supposed to. Then it's they definitely start making quite a bit of cash. I'll have to check and see the other stations there as well as I'm going through this one here. Well, hi there, my trade ship. Just my random trade ship going down the highway. So there's definitely a lot of enhancements I need to make, because frankly, for as long as this game has been running now, we're like, what is my save here now? Yeah, like almost 5 days. 5 days worth of gameplay on this one here, so that's, that's not a small bit of time. So in that kind of, time, I should have far more money and things than I have right now. I mean, I can't say much. I have a freaking raptor, I have a handful of rattlesnakes, I'm not exactly poor. I have 250 million in cash, I got a giant self-sufficient wharf, a couple of self-sufficient stations. I just need to spread the way, as I said before, I need to spend money to make money, and I really need to get on that, because I haven't done that nearly enough, and if I had, I probably would have finished the split storyline by now. That and the Paranid storyline. I really need to get around to finishing those. And that's part of... We have a abandoned ship there? There is. It's a Buzzard Vanguard. I don't really care for that one all that much. It's not enough to make me bother to stop and pick it up. But yeah, so there's a lot of things I have left to do, per se, to make some money. Maybe I should take a look at my message screen here and see how they're doing. So he's going to get me 126,000 off of that trade. There was a big spam of them not too long ago saying we're going to be doing some trades here, so he's making a bit more than he's spending, which is good. He sold some. He made 300,000 selling field coils. Here we go. This was my withdrawal spam here. So those three... Oh, I have to hit something. Yeah, they're all getting about 127,000 from field coils. So I seem to be very much so prioritizing field coils right now. Field coils, field coils. This is what I really like about the Tater trade script, is that they tell you right away what their projected profit is for what they're going to sell. Yeah, he's queuing up some antimatter cells and converters. Well, something kicked me out of Travel Drive, but it didn't actually do much to me, so, huh. Well, whatever. But yeah. Like, what do we have here right now? We have a couple of chimeras that are getting constructed at the shipyard so far. I really do want to get the Raptor fully kitted out. Like, if I can get 100 freaking chimeras in that Raptor, then that would be an absolute monstrous thing to launch on a even in like a hostile system, like one of the Patriarch systems. I could deal quite a bit of damage
Entering
with that.
system.
Probably at least wipe out a couple of stations with that, I would say. They're not going to be like ridiculously powerful, but still, they definitely get the job done. Can I help you, Fireball? Are you just going to lay on me, apparently? You adorable brat, you? Well then, fine, be that way. You know, I can't see the screen right when you're, standing in my face licking my nose, you adorable rascal. I appreciate it, but here, let me put you back up here so you are slightly less in the way. Oh, jeez. Alright, so we should be approaching the... I think this is where the cluster I missed is supposed to be.
Wretched skies.
Kitty. Yeah, I can see it straight ahead. Pretty sure, yeah, that's it. Straight up ahead. Kitty, I literally just put you up top there, and you've already climbed back down in my lap again. You adorable little shit, you. I swear. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that tail smack on my keyboard that just booted me to my, desktop. Oh, I swear. Let me just stuff your tail under the keyboard here, maybe. There we go. Alright. Now, the main question is, why did I finally come back to this after, a decent little hiatus, per se? Just like, I don't really know what I want to do, pretty much. Because all that I really have to do now is wait for money to roll in, or I can spend money to make more money, which I'm probably going to end up doing, honestly. So, and the in-between of that is, like, everything we did before was high action with a lot of trading, a lot of station building, but, you know, now it's more so the boring waiting game side of things, where it's just
Unknown object.
waiting for money to come in, waiting for stations to build, setting up a couple additional traders, more waiting, more building, more waiting, which is, you know, not necessarily something that's not fun to do, but it's not necessarily something that's fun to watch. So hence my thought of, well, do I want to keep going for that, or what the hell do I want to do with it? And I've been somewhat struggling with that, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, per se.
Entering wretched skies. 10.
Right. This is the first place that I hadn't had access to yet. Should be some more. Let me go ahead. Oh, let me go ahead and launch a torpedo, apparently. Yes, I accidentally launched a torpedo. Let's hope it doesn't actually make it to its target.
Unknown station.
Because who actually owns this system here? Oh, it's the God Realm of the Paradise that owns this system. Okay, so we have... Oh, there's the gate right there. It's way on the other end.
Refined goods
Like,
complex.
I'll drop a satellite here. I'm actually getting really low on satellites, so I need to find a equipment dock somewhere around here where I can grab some new satellites. You know what? We actually...
Teeth it.
Greetings.
Can I find...
Sending you
equipment dock?
information now.
Oh. Yeah, you're telling me to go all the freaking way down there. That's not going to happen. I got other things to do here. Yeah, so we'll have to get some more satellites later. But, yeah, one of the main... Of course, the main reason why I decided, you know what, I'm going to jump back on this before I run off on my little vacation here, per se, for a couple of days tomorrow. It's pretty much starting tomorrow. Is that they have EgoSoft has announced the next expansion for the game, which is the Cradle of Humanity expansion, which should be rather interesting, as apparently, just like one could guess from the title, we're going back to Earth.
Unknown
So
object.
we'll be once more bringing the Terrans back into the mix, and then we're... I mean, I love their ships. When they first released that in X3 with the... Oh, what the hell? Oh, God, I can't remember it. Why is it? Oh, it's in the back. The Terran Conflict, that's the one. God, it's... I swear, I just blanked out for a second there. But yes, the Terran Conflict was the one I was trying to think of. So when they brought them in with that expansion, their ships were some of my favorite, honestly. And I am very much so looking forward to getting as many of them as I can once again. And for what I've seen in the trailer, they look damn sexy again. Not to mention the new state. Oh, damn, that sun. That is... Oh, hi. Leave it alone. Leave the poor little boa alone. Actually, no, screw it. Attack the boa. Ah, whatever. He got away. That is a... I'm utterly distracted by how gorgeous this sun is. 100% distracted there. Right, let's stop being distracted for a second and head through that gate over there, since this is Patriarch space here still, apparently. It's ironic that we have... What is this? No, this is actually still, the God Realm of the Paradise on this? Really? The Patriarch ships, and I think this is a Patriarch sector, but apparently the God Realm owns it. You know what? Again, that's one of the things that really bugs me about territory ownership and, well, sector ownership. You would think that if the God Realm decided to build a bunch of stations with it, like, building an administrative center, which is what allows you to control sectors, in a sector that is not your own should be considered by the AI as a declaration of war. Because otherwise, you could just kind of waltz in, build a couple of stations with administrative centers, and you own the sector. Although there's not a massive amount of advantages to owning the sector per se. I'd love if there was a tax system or something. You know, you can implement a tax on each station for any items bought and sold or something like that, though potentially having negatives to that as well. That would be an interesting system to have, but still, you would think that if you were claiming somebody else's sector, kind of like what the Teladi did actually with, where was it? Which sector was that? Yeah, Family Newt, or whatever the hell it is here. Yeah, Newt. Family Newt. They just took over the sector, and they really haven't responded to that.
Entering system. Emperor's Pride.
What's that? That is
platform.
Oh, did the Paranid own this too? Apparently the Paranid also own this one. It's called Emperor's Pride, but apparently, I guess the Paranid are the new empire? I suppose? I guess? It's a little awkward. What if there's any actual information on the system here? Galaxy. Emperor's Pride. Oh, there is, too. This is always one of my favorite things with X3 as well, is that if you clicked on the map, if you clicked on any sector, it would give you, like, a bit of lore, essentially, on the sector itself. Once the system was known as a shining example of split civilization's determination and wealth, used to be the most remote frontier in the Emperor Thurik's domain, despite its considerable distance from the rest of the split systems. The split colonized this space, able to build up a truly special and impressively wealthy community, which they shared their riches freely. They made Emperor's Pride lush green planet their home. Perhaps it was the great distance from the Thurik's Empire that made them grow peaceful and complacent. Eventually they made an effort to keep out the other families' petty conflicts. They dropped their guard. Distance to the greater split realm would ultimately be their undoing. When the Paranid hard-lined religious fanatics invaded the system in pursuit of its abundant resources, they drove out or killed all the split colonists. As it's so often the case, these invaders too were not meant to last. Shortly before the gate shut down, they were besieged by Xenon forces, and when the God Realm Paranid was finally able to reestablish a connection, the scouts found the system devoid of their brethren. So basically, no one should own this almost. So it was a former split sector who was taken over by the Paranid and then wiped out by the Xenon. Oh, this is a hell of a sector, that's for damn sure. Interestingly enough, I'm not seeing a whole lot of stations or much else around here. I'm not sure if there's another gate. Oh, there's actually, yeah, I can see them there. There's the, let's see what this is over here, though. It seems to be one of the only stations in the sector. Actually, there's a big cluster of something off to the left here, but no. Judging by the look of it, they're probably mines. If they're clustered that frequency, that close together, it's probably mines. I want to know what this station is here, though. Then we'll jump through the highway, or the superhighway or whatever, and see where it's going to take us.
Unknown station.
Reputation gained. It's just a defense platform. Okay. And it probably considering it's the only station I can see in the sector, it probably houses the, where the hell was that? Oh, great, I've lost track of the, highway. Huh.
Go ahead.
See if it showed up on the map
my
here.
day.
Hey, thank you for the follow there, Mupshake. Welcome to the Shenanigans, good sir. It should have been over here somewhere. Let me get myself at least oriented in the right direction. There they are. There they are. Yeah, that was... I was looking completely... Look how well they blend in, though. Like, you can barely see them. See it a lot better when I get close. But yeah, they're blended really well into the background there. But yeah. So the Cradle of Humanity expansion was announced. Supposedly, I think it was going to be released later this year, but I'm going to have to double check on that because I'm not 100% sure. Might have been announced for next year, which sounds like it would be more likely, I would say, considering that we just got the Split Vendetta expansion. No, expansion due later this year, so apparently they are actually releasing it later this year. I can see there's a lot of these things built up around here. It means a lot of stations are going to be built in this area soon, but they're just still working on that. So with that, we'll be heading back to the Sol system. We'll be able to see the remnants. From what I saw, it looks like you'll be able to get to Earth. As there were
Gorgon,
what
Vanguard.
looked to be the remnants of the Earth-Taurus ring. Although a lot less than there was previously, because the ring was essentially detonated in the Terran conflict. Once connections had been reestablished there. I'm not sure if it was an Argon spy or who it was. I can't for the life of me remember who detonated it.
Emperor's
But someone
Pride
snuck aboard the
6.
Taurus ring and then set off a hell of a bomb, which just, you know, took like a good 1/10 of that thing out. Oh, damn. We got a K... Well, the typical Xenon super fleet up there, which is 2 Ks and an I. I don't see a accompanying fighter fleet, or a fighter screen, I should say, would be a more accurate term to use, but still. This is the end of this section, so we'll go ahead and turn around and head back. So this is probably where they got their asses basically handed to them by the Xenon here, who then set up shop. So a lot of interesting new features will be added into the expansion. We obviously have the Terran faction, the new economy, ships, stations, all that, new story modes, which will probably need the unlocking of the HQ and all of that to acquire, as is kind of standard for that. Volumetric fog sounds rather interesting as well, which will be... I'm sure a lot of computers are going to be crying with that enabled.
Entering
but hey, it'll sure make the universe
Emperor's
look
Pride
damn
4.
sexy. But one of the major, I guess I could say, gameplay change or tweak that's coming with that, and this is something that will be available for the 4.0 upgrade as free content anyway, so you can get access to this bit of gameplay if you buy the expansion or not, is a new late game mechanic called, well, terraforming. So you will be able to terraform planets in order to make them habitable. Either, you know, some planets that exist, and like this one over here, perhaps they have an issue with radiation and they require you to build, you know, 50,000 anti-radiation filters or something like that, and you can send that down there to help terraform the planet. It's apparently supposed to be I believe it's a station that you build, or a station module that you build to do this. The interesting thing, though, from what they've said, which I'm kind of very about in a way, is that there will be rewards for doing these terraforming missions, per se, or helping to terraform these planets, but you won't necessarily gain a major, like, economic boost or...
Entering system. Litany of
You know,
Fury.
you might not get a major return on investment. Actually, you likely won't get a major return on investment for doing these missions. Personally, I'm kind of on that, because I would think that, you know, I would love to have this as a way to, you know, for example, if you terraform a planet successfully and people are colonizing there, it'd be nice if they set up a new orbital station there to buy, you know, goods, like luxury goods or trade goods for that planet. So if planets became a new source of economy to sell goods to, that would be, personally, I would love to see that. But it seems more like they're doing it as a way to be like, you know, an end game goal. It's not a they've basically one of the
Unknown
guy
zone.
deving it that's you know, working on it was quoted as in one of the Gamescom videos that he just they put up, I think yesterday or today, as it's not meant to be a stepping stone to a goal per se. It's meant to be the goal itself. So your goal isn't necessarily the economic benefits and gains from terraforming a planet after the fact, but simply from actually, you know, hey, I did it. I terraformed this.
Thanks for your help. Here's a little something as thanks.
Money? I love money. Thank you. So this is meant to be an end game kind of objective that you would, you know, need a vast amount of resources to craft certain things to help with this terraforming
Superhighway. Unknown sector.
and be able to get some potentially interesting bits from doing that. Now, personally, I would like to see the, you know, like I said, some kind of economic bonus from that, or at least, you know, the opening of an additional trade route or possibility for that, because you'd think that if you establish a new colony, they're going to want goods, and part of the X universe as well is a lot of the, like, you don't necessarily know where some of your goods are going. Sure, rations are being consumed by stations for the, you know, the work crews and such in order to boost productivity overall for the station.
Entering Litany of Fury.
But what about all the planets? You know, no one really seems to consume a lot of the resources. It's kind of tough at times to figure out where a lot of that is needed. They basically seem to just kind of buy it and then it just sort of vanishes into thin air in that sense almost, so. But anyway, we've explored this section here. I believe that was everything that I needed to unlock in this area. We did find a couple of things station-wise, so now I basically got to go to the complete opposite end of the universe for the last system. Oh, god damn it. Don't you dare hiccup. I swear. The last set of systems that I have unfortunately missed acquiring. Which makes sense because you can see how much I explored this area, and that's exactly why I missed this one, and I'm kind of face-palming a little bit.
Entering,
you know,
Litany
missed
of
out
Fury.
on that.
9.
Alright, let me let the autopilot kind of take us in there. So, it's nice that we're going to get the Terran faction, we're going to get a new storyline, kind of like the Split and the Pyramid one. Though I personally do hope that they change it up a little bit, to be honest. Like, I swear to God, if the Terran storyline involves me having to give some Terran insurrectionists a goddamn rebellion fleet and then 400 million credits again or something like that,
Entering
kind of like the
system.
same damn thing that's
Wretched
happening with
skies.
Tyranid right now, then I swear I'm probably gonna lose my damn
Autopilot.
mind.
Engage.
It's like I guess the worst part about that
Autopilot. Disengage.
isn't necessarily the fact that I gave them a rebellion fleet or that they're demanding, you know, 400 million credits from me to finish establishing their empire. It's that I don't really get rewarded for it. The only thing I'm rewarded with is the fact that, hey, there's a new empire. They're gonna run around and kill things and blow shit up, and you can, you know, take advantage of that and add to the economy, or, you know, the
Accelerator.
fluctuations in the economy
Wretched
and so on and
skies.
so forth. Which, I mean,
5,
that's always
5.
welcome. That is always welcome to have more conflict to take advantage of. But at the same time, you would think that if I were to supply you with your rebellion fleet, were to supply you with all of the money that you need to establish your empire, I should be the goddamn emperor of that empire. But no. No. It's just, you know, it's you don't even really get much of a thank you, or maybe you get a bit of a thank you, but, you know, when the Cub became a faction, it's like I didn't even get any reputation for it. It's like I gave you an entire rebellion fleet, and you started me out at neutral reputation. I don't even know what to say about that. It's just like, why? What? What? Really? What? Oh, that killed me a little, honestly. That killed me a little. But in order to get the achievement, in order to say I did this, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to give them that 400 million that they're asking for, and you know, get her done, I guess. Make it official. Even though it hurts me a little bit, because I'm just like, oh man, the things I could do with 400 million credits
Entering Wretched Skies.
are not small.
Family Phi.
But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. What we got there? Oh, you just beat the hell out of... if they'll let me dock. Well, that is a port. They might sell some stuff there that I could use. It'd be nice if they had some, what the hell? Satellites I can buy, because I'm fresh out of satellites. I could definitely use a couple of those to deploy. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to the Terran faction getting added. I'm 100% looking forward to the Sol system once more making a comeback, per se. I still do hope we'll eventually get the Boron again, because I actually love their ships. Like, the way their ships look and such is quite nice, so it'd be nice to see them as a nice contrast to the Split, almost, once again. But, we'll see what happens eventually. I don't think there was anything that said this would be the last expansion, so we'll see how things go. But either way, there's going to be a lot of things one will have to set up to prepare for that, per se. Although I might end up taking a look at the new starts, kind of like I did with this one. More than likely, they're going to be very much the same.
Entering system. Heretics End.
Very much so the same in the sense of they're just going to give you a really tough mission to do to begin with, and then kind of send you off to do whatever you want. Yeah, let's dock at the Freeport and see if they can, if they're actually an equipment dock as well. I'm not 100% sure if they are. They might just be a pirate station, but hey. Hey, James, how's it going? So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I do hope we see a few more interesting things getting added. Because although terraforming is nice for an endgame goal to kind of go for and achieve, it's one of the many things where I'm like, I like it, but I still feel like there's so much more you can do with it.
Docking granted.
I don't think these guys are going to be able to sell me anything that I want here. Oh no, this is actually correct. I was worried my orientation was not quite correct there, but it seems like it was. All right. I mean, I'll still do it. I'll still go for it. Trade, yeah, no, I can. They literally just buy Magidust and stuff like that. So yeah, no, there's nothing I can get here. So I'll just stop by one of the equipment docks on the way, since we're gonna be on the superhighway again here, regardless. Oop, there we go. Excellent. But yeah. I always feel like that with a lot of different systems, to be honest, where it's like, it's a fun little system, I just wish you would add more onto it for that. But anyway, a lot of things have been added with time, honestly. If I were to compare 3.2 here to the base release of the game, it's like worlds apart, really. I mean, I can even look back at my first video, the first video I did when X4 released. I think I did like, what, 6 hours of it in the beginning? Plus even? Something along those lines, so... Yeah. I remember, the one thing I remember was being very disappointed that the L and XL cap ships are basically, for each race, are basically the exact same ship with a stat bonus. The model was the same, the gun ports on them were actually just a blank, like, gaping hole in the center of the ship. Oh, it was terrible. But yeah. Ooh, that's accelerator. But is it an active accelerator? It is an active accelerator, I think. Oh, I did miss one. Oh, god damn it. I would have completely missed that. So yeah, there was still one in this area that I missed. God damn it. Not paying enough attention. At all. But yeah, just like with the split Vendetta that added in all of the additional split sectors and so on. Oh, excuse me. Jeez. I can't wait to see how many get added in with that. I'm probably going to continue. Like, I'll look at when it finally releases, I'll probably look at the new starts to begin with, just to see what's what for that. But I'm not sure how far I'll go along with them, as I'll probably dive back onto this, considering how far we. I wouldn't want to spend another 5 days in a save file to get this far. Once more.
Weapon component factory.
Ooh, that's a nice factory. I have at least one. I think I have two. Was it just the one or two? I can't remember. Well, I guess technically two if I include the wharf. So I have two separate stations that produce weapon components. Actually, speaking of the wharf, I wonder how progress is going on the not just the construction of the additional modules that I set up there,
Entering Morningstar 3.
but the actual worker population, which is kind of important. Because from what I saw, workers were generating very, very slowly, which kind of pained me internally. So we're still working through the defense platforms and disc platforms now. We've got a couple of additional base connectors on the bottom, after which the engine part and refined metal productions will be added on. Apparently, I lost my mind. Lost all of my mind. There we go. Yes, they only do provide a 35% bonus to production, but still. I figured, why not? Because the station itself requires some workers to do their thing anyway. Workforce, yeah, currently 649 out of 8,000. You also need workforce in order to hire Marines and or service crew for your ships as well, I believe. So that's another reason why I added them on. Not only just to produce... I mean, again, the station is not small. There are a lot of modules on this station that are providing resources. So a 35% bonus is not necessarily small.
Entering
How
system.
many
A
do we
Tikva's
have
choice.
now? Oh shit, I'm about to crash into that. Exactly. And I've got so many space experiments to do. Right. Production modules. You're not just gonna tell me how many production modules you have, are you? Didn't think so. Didn't think you'd be that easy. You stubborn son of a gun. Dock chips. "20 subordinates running resources or trading junk as necessary." Ah, well. Still saving. Please wait. Oh, logistical overview. Just give me 5 minutes to save, and we'll be ready to go there.
Entering system. Silent witness.
All right, logistical review. Does it tell me the total amount of all of them now? Whatever then. We'll just do it the hard way. So...
Entering system. Profit Center Alpha.
So we got 38 production modules on this thing. Yes, 38 production modules.
Entering system. Bright Promise.
So, quite a few. Quite a few. It is,
Entering
after all,
system.
a
Trinity
self-sufficient wharf. So it produces basically everything that's needed to build ships. Oh, really? Well, I've been around, so who knows? God knows I've done a variety of things for the X series. Actually, I wonder how many damn videos do I have on that thing now? Way too much. Oh yeah, I am doing YouTube stuff. Should be under the same name. How many videos do I have on there? Let me check my playlists. Speaking of which, I probably still need to edit all my playlists because I'm lazy shit and I still haven't done that. Yeah, X4, there's 28 in there. Probably a lot more than I'm missing, honestly, in that playlist. Because again, this save is 5 days old almost, so there's a hell of a lot under there for that. Where's my old X ones though? Because I know there was a few for that. God knows, probably a lot. X game, there's 21 for that. A lot less than I thought there would be, honestly, unless there's another playlist somewhere that I'm missing. I doubt it. I probably just didn't upload them properly into the playlist. I wouldn't be surprised, knowing me. Anyway, let's go ahead and head out of here.
Entering system. Iwa's twin.
Yeah. Speaking of Hiwa's twin, how is the Super Death Fleet doing? Ah, the Super Death Fleet is fantastic. Awesome. How many do we have here again? We've got 3 Ks and 2 Is. Fantastic. What a lovely fleet of death. What a lovely fleet of death. I don't expect this system will survive much longer now that the trade station there is no longer basically invincible as it was previously, because they spent an absurd amount of time trying to destroy the oh god, they even have 2 Xenon stations built already here. Yeah, this sector is gone.
Unknown station. Xenon defense platform. Unknown station.
Is that a solar station? It probably is, isn't it? Speaking of which, I did forget to get some satellites. It is a solar power plant, so yeah. They're going to be generating resources as well as defending this area. And there's another one over there. God, they are viciously expanding here. And of course, the Talati are just useless when it comes to fighting them off. I even lost 2 of my L-class ships helping them clear out sector Xenon sector 451, I think it was. Was it 451? Yes, 451. And of course they own it again, because the Talati are shit when it comes to defending shit they've taken. I knew I should have done it myself. I knew I should have built that defense station, just left my fleet there, but didn't do it.
Entering Iwa's twin. 2.
Didn't do it, and I should have done it. There it is. There's the damn thing I missed. Let's do a quick scan while I'm at it, and then I can get back into travel drive. But yeah, so it's funny too, because part of what was supposed to make X4 different in a sense was that every ship in the universe wouldn't just pop out of nowhere. They would have to be constructed, built, and then sent out from somewhere. But in a lot of cases, that's not necessarily true, especially when it comes to the Xenon, because they'll just magically have entire fleets just respawn and then re-attack sectors. Maybe because, of course, that's just, you know, the mechanic that's supposed to be built around them, but still. Yeah. Yeah, most factions do build the wharves. The Xenon, they just seem to, you know, just spawn in, because I've seen, for the amount of time and resources it takes to build a ship that size, they don't really seem to take much of anything. Oh yeah, pirates, they just kind of show up everywhere. Speaking of which... Well, Trinity Sanctum 3. Where the hell were you, and what the hell did you fight that just absolutely fucked you?
We were hit. Acknowledged.
Trinity Sanctum 3. I am blind.
Entering system. Company regard.
Oh! Okay. Okay. You walked into an eye. Of course you died. Yeah, they only need the solar power plants to build ships. That's why I always make it a habit to destroy those. Because they will spam those out like crazy. Unfortunately, my fleet's still not in a position to do that right now. That's why I built my wharf, so I could just start mass-producing chimeras like crazy. But again, unfortunately, I need to produce a lot of resources to deal with that. Yeah, they don't need all those fancy engines or nothing like that. They just siphon on, you know, latch onto a rock, siphon it out, and there you go, new ships. Those damn pesky terraformers, I swear. See, this is why you don't give AI sentience. They turn on you.
Entering system.
I'm more so, you know what? More so than the Xenon. Just kind of, you know, spawning in ships so damn quickly. I'm more annoyed at all of the other races except the Paranid. Paranid is the only exception. I'm more so annoyed at their inability to maintain their own damn space. Like, again, Trinity Sanctum 3 is far away from any Xenon space. Why is there an eye there? Right next to a main highway gate. Where the hell is, you know, the Paranid fleet right now that should be engaging that? That's like a major Paranid sector there. What the hell? Is my game modded in any way? Yes, it is. Actually, let me go ahead and click on the extensions here. I've got... that's turned off. Ship reverse engineering if I want to save a little cash, but take like 7 hours to reverse engineer a ship. And it only does the ship as well. So you'll only get the ship blueprint. You won't get any of the equipment on it. So all of that you still have to buy. The Biomon, which is just a ship type, a little bit of better kill credit. I've had that enabled since like probably 2.0 or something like that. So it's a very old one. Crew training courses, because they actually fixed this recently though, so I could probably disable that now, because for the longest time crew weren't really training properly. They had a very low chance to actually gain a level, so I had been like several dozen hours into the game, and they still were all like level 2, level 3 pilots. So I basically said screw it and turned this on so I could just outright buy some like 2-star and 3-star crew courses. All of this was an old balancing mod that I turned off. Improved scouts I actually really do like, because scout ships are not very, you know, the M class basically are very useless really. Like in previous X games, they at least had the speed to compensate, but now that we have the travel drive, they don't necessarily... they can get a bit faster in the travel drive, but overall, they're not very useful. But this increases their sensor range by half, which at least, you know, it makes them, you know, specialized to be a scout. So I can send them out to look for things, and I like that for the most part. Improved spacesuit, so I get some better or additional upgrades to the spacesuit. So MK2, MK3 repair, and engines and such, or jetpacks, or whatever the hell. Mules and supply warehouse extend. I turned that off because of, again, some trade scripts that got added in with 3.2 that expanded capabilities for that made it somewhat obsolete, although I could probably still use that script in order to make, like, if I had a ridiculous amount of stations in the universe, I could re-enable that to create centralized warehouses for the distribution of resources. Player HQ upgrade basically just upgrades the, I think it was the, what was it? It upgrades one of the pirate shipyards that it can upgrade small and medium class ships, not just the large and XL class ships. Relation haggling, because there was a bug for a while there, which caused my ships to basically attack outside of the sector. Well, basically I think it was one of the Talati sectors, they were attacking ships, like Patriarch ships randomly there, and I was losing massive reputation with the Talati because of it. Like, my reputation just tanked because of that bullshit with one of the security faction of the Talati. And I didn't want to have to, like, I was to the point where I couldn't dock to their shipyards anymore. Even after waiting a bit of time, it didn't really change. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to sit around one of their stations blowing up pirates for hours and hours and hours on end to slowly grind my reputation back up because of a bug in the, in the AI attacking shit they shouldn't have. So I basically put this on and spent a damned fortune. I think it was I spent 10 million credits to neutralize my reputation from like -4 to I think like, what the hell, like 4 or something like that, or 5. I think I've only had to use that once though. So, like, for example, I'm at war with the Patriarch, they hate my guts, I'm like -30. So in order to, I could neutralize that, but it would cost me 100 million. The VRO mod, I've looked into it. I do want that. Like, I do have the A ship rebalanced here. I was going to add on the, not just the VRO, but the whole, what was it? The Asarian Raiders, essentially. Which I think comes with all the VRO stuff as well. But, yeah. I think I actually do have the Arawan on here, so it is enabled in here somewhere. Even though it's not on here, but, I do have that. Excuse me, crafted components, because I don't have access to the Venture because I am running a modified game, technically. It's a shame that I can't run a modified game and just use the Venture system with modified, other modified games, separated out, per se. So, unfortunately, I can't get a lot of the, I can't send ships out to get a lot of the upgrade modules that I would otherwise. So I've just enabled this, which allows me to outright craft them from base components. Although there's another variant of this which allows me to craft the basic mods as well. But this one only allows me to craft Tier 2 and 3 from Tier 1. So I'd still have to get Tier 1 upgrades as well as a bunch of other components to then craft up to the higher tiers. Yeah, the XR ship pack here, which I think was a variation of VRO, which adds in the Arawan and a couple other ships. I think this was the balanced version as well. And then finally, Tater Trade, which I'm using quite heavily, which basically allows a somewhat of a variant similar to the old Universal Trader. The main reason why I like this one, though, because, again, I had issues with ships leveling up their pilot skills, so I wasn't able to really do anything other than a local trade, not even a sector trade between like 2 or 3 sectors, so it was just taking them way too damn long to level up. So I said screw it, finally enabled this, and then just sent them off, because they only require 1 star in order to enable Tater Trade. And yeah, they're currently running around the universe, and of course the reason why I like it the most is because they will outright tell me, hey, I spent 74,000 credits on silicon wafers, and I'm managing to sell them with a bonus of 99,000 credits.
S.
I might as well destroy you, since we've already engaged. And there's a lot more variables you can use for Tater Trade as well.
Serious damage.
Okay.
Acknowledged.
Okay, let me quickly go into... I need to do this quick because a lot of my ships are dying. No, it's Trinity Sanctum 3. Confirm changes. Okay. Trinity Sanctum 3 has been added to my blacklist temporarily. Hopefully my ships will avoid that because they are They are, like, everything is getting hyper fucked by that eye.
Entering turquoise C9.
Which, of course, is another Xenon sector.
Autopilot engaged.
Autopilot, take me away. I'm gonna have to go deal with that eye, because that's a huge problem. It's a shame such a basic feature is not the core game. Well, they have enhanced it a lot. And again, they have changed the, how quickly crew gets skill now, which makes life a little easier. So they're actually going to level up in something under, like, 60 hours.
Awaiting orders.
Entering
But, yeah.
turquoise C10.
Like, for example, let me grab a random trader here. Okay, the hull trader here. So if I go to his information, go to his default commands, he is currently set up. Do I have anyone that's not set up as a... I know at least one of you has been using default orders. So I was able to set that up. Not you. Maybe one of you guys is using the default. No. I almost have to buy a new one just to be able to...
Entering system. Company regard. Autopilot. Disengage.
Ah, shit.
Hull
Ah,
running.
shit. Really? Autopilot, you suck.
Hull critical.
Really, Autopilot? Really? God damn it, Autopilot. Fuck. Well, I wonder when the last time I saved was, because that really blows. Silent Witness 1. Well, hey, at least now I can blacklist that sector and won't lose my trade ship. I guess there's at least that bonus to it. But yeah, so when it comes to the default trade, you just kind of tell them, hey, I want you to trade within this many gates, and then that's kind of it. I'm trying to remember if I can specify the specific resources and such or not that I want them to trade, or if they just kind of run off and do their own thing. Time is the fire at which we burn. Yes. We must burn the Xenos filth. Down with the heretics. For the Emperor. I kept saying when I was initially doing the split missions, I swear to God, I'm giving them all these ships, all this money. They better make me the bloody split Emperor, God Emperor here. So help me. They're gonna be feeling it. This allows you to assign a commander to... Well, more so, yeah, civilian fleets modded. It sounds really interesting. That'd be definitely good to be able to assign them a commander to be able to do their own thing for that. For a wider area, per se. Especially if, like, it would be much better to have a massive trade fleet of, a couple dozen ships, all being controlled by one, again, commander, that would then be able to kind of direct them, where to go so they're not interfering with each other and still making, trade deals that happen to pop up. Like, that would be nice. It would be easy. It would definitely be very easy, but still. With this, I can specify which goods I want to trade.
System.
I can give them a home sector. Now let me quickly go in.
Entering system. Profit Center Alpha.
There we go. There's my Raptor. I could actually take my... Well, I might take the Raptor with me here in a second and have him get to work. That's true. Micromanaging them is just a bit of a madhouse. That's why I like using Tater Trade, because I can just copy a couple of settings in there,
Entering
enable them,
system.
and they run
Right
off and do their own
promise.
thing. But it would be nice as well if there was a, how can I say it?
Entering system. Trinity Sanctum.
Right. Let's save here for a second and see if I can disable this eye. Because otherwise he's going to fuck over my ships, and I'd rather that not happen. Now that I know he's here, I can wipe him out. But yeah, I wish I could throw, like, all of my fleets into a subcategory as well, so I don't have a massive, like, just page and a half of different ships to look at in the menu, but eh, 'tis what it is for that. Oh god, you really do take way too long to save. I even have save compression off, which is supposed to help with that. Apparently not. Oh, it does that? The civilian fleet mod? Nice.
Requesting immediate backup.
Alright, let's go get this sucker. Luckily, it's a lone eye. This should not be difficult to destroy. I have disabled many of these before.
Requesting immediate backup.
Oh, I'm coming, don't worry. Alright, made it. Made it to the back of the beast. Oh shit, get low, get low, get low! Get low, get damn thing! Woo! Woo! Okay. Now we just gotta head to the ass of the beast. Here we go.
Requesting immediate backup.
Just go ahead and hit.
I.
Let's not select it because then it fucks up my aim. Go ahead and disable the shields here, which will then allow me to target all of the guns. Guns, why are you not gimbling? Probably because the ship is turning wildly. Okay, shields down. We'll go ahead and disable the other shield quickly. Then I can take out the guns. Then we can proceed with the rest of it. Okay. There's one down. Two down. Come on. Come on, guns. Stop failing me. And 4 down. Okay, now we just gotta sneak our way in here. Slightly cruise our way up. Pick a side and start blinking at the guns around here. My guns would stop fucking up right now, like massively. There we go, that's disabled. And now we just sit here and take out their engines. Like a tick on a dog, exactly. We are the tick. There is still another turret on the side as well that I would like to disable, but for now it's not firing at me, so I'm going to ignore it. There, I need to wait for my weapons to cool down a little bit. Oh crap, no, I'm inside the ship, that's not good.
Requesting immediate backup.
Starting to take some hits there. There we go. Weapons had a chance to cool. Let's get to the other side. Take out the next point defense gun. Done. Now we can focus down the engine, and this whole ship basically becomes helpless, waiting for me to beat the shit out of it. Because the biggest factor when dealing with any large ship like this is the engines. As long as it's moving, a lot of your shots are going to be angled incorrectly. They're going to miss. So you really need to disable the engines before anything else, really. Well, other than of course the point defense shooting at you while you're trying to disable the engines. That is also a priority. Usually they'll have 2 engines. Some, mainly Talati ships, have more. But yeah. focus fire on the point of defense. One of the big boy cannons has a shot on me, so we'll just kind of duck down. I must be missing that point of defense cannon right now. Oh, shit.
Oh, damage.
Big boy cannons really hit me. Ow. That did some damage. That definitely did some damage. Right. Let's start finagling our way. Over here. Wait for my shields to regen a little bit. Not really helping, you know.
Hermes. Sentinel.
You should really not be sitting in front of that gate, you know. Oh, good, it's a laser turret. That's not going to do much. Let me just go over there and blast the shit out of that.
Oh,
What else is-
critical.
What? Fuck? What? Ah, shit, I forgot about those cannons. Forgot about the side cannons right next to the... Ah, fuck, I forgot about those ones. Shit. It's been a while since I've disabled one of these, so I'm not surprised. What? Why? I can't? Really? You're gonna force me to go all the way to the fucking main menu? You son of a gun. I hate you. I hate you sometimes. That's another feature that I really think the game is lacking. You know, anytime your ship blows up, that's it, you're dead. GG, good luck loading back to the main menu and then spending another 5 minutes loading back into the game off of a save file. It's like, you should have some kind of like pod or something, Eve style basically, that you eject out of, that you can then get the hell out and, you know, hop onto another ship or something. Rather than having to waste 10 minutes of your time loading in. Or loading back into the game. There's a mod for emergency teleport. Yeah, that's definitely something I should really pick up. Because, I mean, especially once you have teleporter tech, you think that it wouldn't be too difficult to attach that to something that has you, you know, teleport to the other nearest ship or something. Well, now we gotta re-disable this bastard. But yeah, I completely forgot about the main guns on the side there. Goddamn. Once the engines are disabled, I'm supposed to make pot shots at that. But I forgot about it. That's what I get, I guess. Only mod you play with is something for better crew leveling. They recently did, I think it was with 330, or not 330, 320, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 3? What am I running right now? I have to double check which version I'm running at the moment. I think it was 320. Could be wrong. .330 is now available, so I must be running 330 then. But yeah, they were supposed to have fixed that as well as part of what they were updating, so that they increased the rate at which they gain skill levels, because it was way too damn low. Which is why I also installed a mod that basically allowed me to buy the crew seminars of a higher star level. Technically, I could, for a very cheap price, make every one of my crew members 5-star, but I capped off my crew growth at 3 stars because I wasn't gonna. I just basically wanted to unlock my ability to do the shit that it, you know, hours and hours worth of time I would have to wait to actually get done. Because yeah, again, a couple dozen plus hours in, they still had not leveled up to level 3 after doing like dozens of trade deals and station docking and everything else, so I finally just got sick and tired of it. I was like, alright, enough of this. So yeah, they have enhanced that a little bit, so I can't complain too much for that anymore. Don't overshoot! Ah, fuck my life. I'm about to get lit up by the main cannons. Good recovery. Good recovery. And brakes. Forward. And brakes again. Okay. Let's try to make this quick this time. Disable rear shields. Rear shields disabled. Disable rear guns. Rear guns disabled. Nudge yourself right up that arse. Right side. Not helping. Disable side turret. I'm failing to hit the turret.
I.
Again, I can't use the lock on. Could you stop, please? Really just not helping. And annoying the shit out of me, so please just stop. Thank you. Jeez. Which one is the most meta M-class destroyer nowadays? Dragon or the Nemesis? It depends on what you want. I mean, personally, I like the Dragon, but the Dragon is very much so a glass cannon. Well, I mean, what I'm using right now is a Dragon.
Requesting immediate backup.
And yeah, it very much so is a glass cannon. So it has 5 gun slots. Actually, no, 6 gun slots, I believe. One of them's currently set up to be a torpedo.
Requesting immediate backup.
And only 1 shield, so the shields on it are very, very weak. So I deal a hell of a lot of damage, but likewise the enemy will rip through me like bloody toilet paper. Why are my guns shit right now? There we go. Gotta take out that bloody engine. You know what? Just stop. Please just stop. Jeez, that's annoying. Right. Because those guns are literally doing nothing. Yeah, I like the fact that you can deal a ridiculous amount of damage with the Dragon, not to mention that when I first started out, like this Dragon that I'm using right now is actually the first Dragon that I caught, or the first Dragon that I captured way back when I started this playthrough. So I've been basically running this Dragon ever since. And it's served me well throughout this time. Why did you stay at the fucking gate only to be destroyed, you dipshit? Swear to God, sometimes I really question the AI's life choices. Alright, where the hell's that big boy? There he is. I should be able to angle myself so I can put most of my guns to bear without him being able to pop me. Here. So each of the arse sides will have 2 of these cannons. So you can angle with the Dragon, you can angle your side a little bit so that 3 of your weapons will be able to hit it without it being able to hit you. That's 2 guns on this side disabled. Let's move to the other side and disable those. Same deal, we angle ourselves just right so that... Oh god, the sun! So we can just see that little flash of white there. Oh shit, that's gonna hit. A quicker way is actually for me to lock onto it and launch a torpedo. So So only 3 of my shots are hitting, but it is still enough to overcome the defenses. And since one of them has been destroyed, that means the shields are down. So the other one should pop rather quickly too. And there we go. Both of those are popped. We'll do a quick save here now again, just in case, because I really don't want to have to go through this whole process again. So even destroying an eye like this, the absolute just beast of the Xenon, is very much so possible by using just a dinky little medium-heavy fighter. You've never killed an eye. Well, this is how you do it. This is literally how you kill an eye. You get on, like, the eye and the K both have the exact same weakness, which is the back. So as long as you can get to the back safely, or, well, the back as in up top here, not necessarily the tail. But yeah, as long as you can get on their back, none of their guns can shoot you. You can then make your way to either the sides for the K or the ass like this for the eye, and then begin disabling all of its different weapons. You can also... Let me quickly pop this turret over here, which is being a minor annoyance. There we go. Now I'm seeing some white pings. You can also take advantage of, and I definitely suggest it for your first time doing it, of the third person here to see where the next turrets are. So you can kind of fly around a little bit to be like, oh shit, there's some turrets up here. Okay, I can quickly lock onto it. Why are you not dead yet? You seem to have a serious problem with dying, sir. Allow me to help you with that. Like, I do know that above, you know, right up here is this guy right here. The L Graviton turret. So I'm just going to go ahead and do one of these. Oh, wait, there it is. Go, go, torpedo! And I just gotta kick back, relax, and boom. So yeah, you can use this to kind of peek around the corners a little bit, see what you're about to fly into. Obviously, you have the big-ass shields right here. And then you can deal with it like that. Now I can switch back here, get my main guns. This thing, I can just nail this from the bottom. I didn't actually need to waste a torpedo, but yeah. Yeah, I know, I can actually switch service elements, but I find that it's not as useful. Because even if you select the surface element, for example, your ship tends to, well, first you'll cycle through all of them.
Container train I.
Yeah, home. Home and end are currently my switch targets, but it's like, which one am I looking for in all this, you know? So I may be trying to target one specific one, but then what if I pass it and all that other kind of jazz there? Then I'd have to look around for it all over again. Yep. Oh, that's gonna hit. Whoop!
Requesting immediate backup.
Need to re-angle myself a little bit so I can hit that without it popping me. So you can see it's blinking a little bit in the distance. It means I'm hitting it and dealing the damage. And boom shakalaka. One big old F me over turret down. Now for the next one here. So I don't like to target surface elements unless I'm launching a torpedo. That is the only time I will want to select a surface element. Because if you select a surface element to try and fire your guns, they will try and fire for center of mass. Which 9 out of 10 times means you're going to be hitting the hull of the ship instead of the actual, you know, surface element you're targeting. So I'll always use the middle mouse button's manual fire to just kind of do the job myself. Unless I'm doing something like, let's see here, where are you? Let's go ahead and peek on up here. Nothing on the side over here. There will definitely be... Oh, there it is. Here they are. So, go torpedo! Now I wait. They'll try and shoot it down. They won't succeed. Just bought the game. How the hell do you get out of the starting area? You just fly through the nearest gate. Did they actually blow it up? I didn't think he'd do it. Oh, that's a bit wasted. Here, let me give you another friendly torpedo. Oh shit. I should say, which start did you do? Wait, do I not have any more torpedoes? Oh, no, it's refreshing, that's why. There we go. Yeah, I was reloading the torpedo, that's why I wasn't firing. Since you guys are so busy targeting that, don't mind if I shoot you. Did I get both of them? I got both of them. Nice. So that's 2 of the many side turrets disabled. There's still a bunch down the other side of the hull here, though. Need to be wary of. So I don't get splatted in an instant, because these things deal hella damage. Shit. Speak of the devil. Torpedo, go! And again, the 2 ships currently flying around harassing the shit out of this ship are my chimeras, which are a deadly little... Oh, geez, he actually popped it. Oh, shit. Ah! This is one issue you'll find when flying close to these ships, though. If you accidentally ram the ship, you'll encounter a problem where you'll temporarily lose control of your ship. This happens way too damn often for my taste, so you will just lose control of your ship and start just kind of floating a little bit. And more often than not, it'll put you right in front of enemy cannons, because why not? Shit! Ouch! Ouch! No, it depends on which one you started. Oh, the flight school is, yeah. Yeah, flight school is a separate little thing for that. If you start one of the new player starts, it'll put you in different roles all around the universe. Let's try launching another torpedo. Hopefully this one's a bit more successful than the last one, because I'm a little bit beat the hell up right now. I usually get a lot closer than that, though, because I'm giving them too many opportunities to shoot it down by firing from that range.
Requesting immediate backup.
They're almost disabled, though, because usually there's a better place to attack the turrets here than where I'm currently firing at them from. Well, one of them's disabled now, so that's good. Let me try getting... Oh, there's the torpedo. Hey, torpedo hit. Yeah, one of my chimeras. Attila's Misfortune. Can't see because the sun is in my eyes. Did I get all of them with that torpedo? Apparently I did. Shit, nope, 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 no. No, I did not. No, I actually did not. There we go. There goes the last one. Jeez. Resist. Resist and bite. Yay, completed flight school. Really good tutorial. Start a prop game. Pick one of the proper starts like Young Gun. There's the Paranid one, or not Paranid. Well, yeah, there is a Paranid one actually, I think. But there's the new ones for Split Vendetta, of which you get to pick one of the 2 sides. Oh God! If I went even slightly higher than what I did right now.
7.
Ugh. Torpedo, go! Ooh, I hope you like that. I liked sending it just as much as you loved receiving it. Let's see what kind of damage that did. Oh, they're basically mostly disabled. I should be able to angle my gun here to be able to nick the last one to death. So now, most of the prime guns on this thing are disabled. Yeah, Young Gun starts without people hating you, lots of possibilities, new sectors already discovered. There's also the, God, what was it? Oh, geez, the Entrepreneur, which gives you the, station, as well as some trade ships. That's usually the one I'll start for, or start using, but that's just I love to get right into the mix of things. Torpedo, go! Boom! How you like me now? How you like me now, you little devil? Right, let me call the mothership in here now that I've disabled most of the main guns. Let me call the beast in. Raptor. Please come here. So, it's time to show off my pride and joy. I spent a long time capturing this thing. It took me like 5 or 6 attempts to capture this damn ship, because it was in a Argon sector, and it was being assaulted by Argon cap ships, so I couldn't just leisurely board the thing and take it over with wave after wave after wave of Marines. I had to do it in one go. So I kept trying different hull strengths, sending all my Marines different and it would always die. So eventually I said, F it, enough of this crap, and I sent in all of my Marines plus all of my, I think, 18 support units as well. And finally I captured the damn thing, and only 8 survived. Out of all of that, only 8 troops, including out of the support staff, actually lived. Making sure that's dead. Okay, I think we still have some side guns over here that are alive. The Raptors should be here relatively soon. It is slow, but should still be able to get here relatively soon. But yeah, it took me like 5 or 6 attempts and a lot of bashing my face into the wall to finally capture that damn thing. Right, let's go ahead and do it the other way. So we're gonna boost on out of here for a second. Go into first person. I'm just gonna visually see if any of the exterior guns are alive here. Basically, if they start firing at me, they're still alive. Looks like there are some frontal guns left alive for the anti-fighter basically guns left alive. But I don't really see any more of the cap guns left alive. And those are the only ones I care about. Yeah, all of the cap guns appear to be disabled. Fantastic. Let's check on the ETA of my Raptor then. Luckily, it's only a couple of gates away, so it should be here relatively quickly. Where you at? Okay, there he is. So he is on the way. He should be here soon-ish. So let me go ahead and pull back a little bit, and I will activate my, Yeah, it's always funny where it's like, you get like a dinky M-class light fighter to tell you to drop cargo, and you're like, you sure about that, buddy? You sure you want to ask me to do that? I think you've miscalculated your odds here. But, yeah. There's a lot of, I've made a lot of suggestions early on as well about how you can earn a lot of money, essentially. There is a cap ship that you can get almost immediately once you get into the game. You just have to get yourself one Marine, go to a certain sector, fly a little bit. It's a bit challenging to get there, but once you get there, you can just outright capture it, sell it, and that's 6 to 8 million in your pockets right there. From there, Navidium mining is a very profitable venture. There are several sectors where you can scan asteroids and find Navidium. There's Napilios' Fortune. That whole little subsector of right here. These two have quite a bit in it. Second Contact 2, which I'm currently using for my Navidium fleet.
Confirmed.
Has it Attilia's Misfortune? Where the hell is Attilia's Misfortune, and why are you guys there and getting your ass kicked? Because I know I did lose one ship around there as well. I am blind. Why? Why are my trade ships going through Xenon space when they're forbidden from going through Xenon space? Huh. Okay. Okay. This is fine. It's fine. Let's just go ahead and go into global orders. Let me just make sure which one we got there. Looks like both sectors. Okay. There! I even specified the sector for you, so please don't do that again. Even though I know you're probably going to. Alright. As soon as he gets close to the other gate here, I'm gonna hop ship. That is very aggravating, though.
Awaiting orders.
Who? Probably the two idiots that went into Xenon space and now no longer have a trade ship to command them because they went into Xenon space.
Immediate backup.
Alright, where the hell's my Raptor? So the Raptor is a very intriguing little ship. It is the split carrier, essentially. So not only can it carry 100 S-class ships and 30 medium-class ships, but it also has 101 turrets. It is a beast.
Entering system. Right promise.
It is a sexy, sexy beast. Now, if you don't mind, Captain, I'll take over. Thank you. I mean, just look at... I mean, it only has one massive engine on the back, but just look at this sexy thing. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's hope we're actually enabling travel drive. We are. Fantastic. So yes, it has 101 turrets. Let me make sure they are currently disarmed. All turrets are now armed.
Serious damage. Acknowledged.
You can run away now. I'll be there soon. So yeah, it took me many tries to get this thing.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, that's the weird thing though. They never did that before. Before they were ignoring, or they were properly doing what they were supposed to, but now for some damn reason they've decided on their own to go through that sector. I don't really know why, but maybe it's potentially a new bug. Now, as you can see, this thing is a beautiful ship, but it turns like a giant space whale. With good reason, it is a giant space whale. Turn, yeah, beast, turn. Get all 101 of your guns aimed at that thing. You can see them, too, just trying to angle themselves, and as soon as we get within range, they're going to fire. And it's going to be glorious. It's kind of overkill bringing this. And again, this is a carrier, too. This isn't even a battleship. This is something literally meant to transport the other, smaller ships. But in typical Split fashion, it has a ridiculous loadout of guns as well. Just like regular Split fashion, though, it also only has one shield. The Red Knight First Guard, which is the Split destroyer, essentially. So the Split big beast. Speaking of big beasts, there's the
Battleship.
Alpha Line battleship there. Looks like we're just gonna barely get in on this fight. There's the guns! Looks like our big plasmas are currently firing. The rest doesn't really have an angle yet because we're not close enough. But there we go. There we go. Fire everything. So finally the Paradis got off their ass and sent their fleet here to deal with this. And I've already disabled it, so yeah. Let's go ahead and angle this here slightly so we can see all of the shots coming off from me. We're 3.4k out now, so that's a bit better. Actually, looks like I have the guns on the bottom here as well, so let me see if I can angle this so all of them are... Nope, too late, it's dead. It's dead. Hopefully it dropped some good shit. Right, let me go get my ship if it hasn't flown off into Narnia, which luckily it hasn't, because if you... There's a bit of a glitch you'll find... Hey, Reeve, how you doing? There's a bit of a glitch you'll find with... Well... I call it a glitch. There's supposed to be a time where they delete orders, but basically if you have a ship that has an existing order and you get in that ship and fly off somewhere else, get out of that ship and get into another ship, that ship you were in previously will then turn around and leave to do its previous orders. So you'll be doing something with another ship for a couple of minutes, turn around and be like, wait, where's my ship? And it's on the other side of the universe. So yeah, let's take a look at this thing from a close-up of using my dragon here. Which, by comparison, is just a little bit smaller than this beast here. Just a bit smaller. Now the interesting thing about this as well is it's such a beastly carrier that not only can it support 100 S-Class ships, but it has 14 S-Class docks, which means it can launch 14 fighters at a time. And of course, one medium class dock right here, which will launch 30 of the medium class each time here. So we got multiple medium class cannons on the upper area here. A couple more medium class pulse turrets for more accuracy. Same thing there. We got some bolt turrets. We got the big ass Talati L plasmas over there. A couple of split L plasmas on the other side. Again, a lot more medium-class plasmas and other such for just additional deadliness on the front. Underneath, we should have another multitude of L-class plasma turrets right down below. The belly of the beast is definitely a little bit more unprotected. There are still arrays of turrets down here, but it's a little bit easier to get at her from the bottom here, from below. And of course, we can also fly down the mouth of the beast here in order to get inside the S-Dock hangar. Let me go into first person for this. Oh, I nudged it a little bit there. So just a bit of framework here as we get into the actual hangar. And right over here is where all of the S-classes dock. So every single one of these here is an S-class dock. Oh crap. I just lost control of the ship temporarily. Again, if you ram a large ship, especially one that's moving, this will happen where you will glitch out for half a second and just kind of drift around a little bit. It's very annoying. I've never been able to... It just happens. Bugs the shit out of me, and yeah. I still can't control my ship. There we go. Can finally control my ship again. Really annoying when that happens. Right. Let's turn back around again. So yeah. My goal right now is to get this thing filled. So 100 S-Class Chimeras which are a deadly, deadly little S-class fighter. As you can saw, they managed to live quite a bit of time against that eye there. And then up we go out the back here. There's actually another achievement that I don't have yet that I need to get, which is essentially I need to dock my ship on an S-class ship, on a medium-class ship, and then have that medium-class ship dock on a XL-class ship like the Raptor there, per se. Okay, let's go ahead and clear all of your movement orders, because you did your thing. You did what you needed to do. And I'd like you to return back over here with the Red Knight First Guard. So yeah, the Red Knight First Guard is the only split ship that, and their main battleship, I should say as well, that has more than one shield, which makes it, in shield strength, tankier than the Raptor there, but not so much in hull strength, because it's a lot smaller of a ship. The Raptor is literally the pinnacle of just split godliness, almost. The Paranid are probably number 2 when it comes to that as well. Again, the Paranid are number 1 when it comes to securing and advancing their space. That's for damn sure. The Raptor is also a very nice L-class ship that the Split have, that has not only a lot of really good L-class turrets and M-class turrets, but it has, I think, is it 4? Yeah, 4 main batteries. Let me double check. I'm not sure if it was 4 or 2 main batteries. But I actually have a collection of them as well that I've been capturing and using. Some of them I already had to give 4 up for the storyline, which was annoying, but hey, it is what it is. Loadout. So yes, we've got 4 L-class turrets, 4 M-class turrets, and then we've got, 4 times Rattlesnake main batteries, which are really, really nice guns. They deal a lot of damage. Their range is short, but they deal some really nice damage, so I quite like them for that. After all, if you were to get like 6 of those together and have them all attack an eye at the same time, they would probably shred it in seconds. Of course, they would probably get hammered to death by the main cannons before that happens, but you know. Potato, potato. Let's do another save here now that eye is dead. I mean, after all, if they were invincible per se, I wouldn't have captured like 8 of them. Probably more than that, actually. But yeah, who was it? Who was it? Big Kids. Was it Big Kids? I can't remember. Might have been. Oh, he was going to bed. Shit. Oh, the Entrepreneur one is an unlockable start. Yeah, probably the same thing for the Scientist one. I think you unlock that if you, the moment you get the player HQ, you unlock that one. Cranium. Yeah, no, Cranium was the new guy. Okay, who just picked up the game there. But yeah, as I was saying before I got horribly distracted, if you want to make a lot of money early on, one of the best ways to do that is via Vendetta mining. Really? Gotta add some more. I keep trying to say something, and then I keep having to add shit to the blacklist. Swear to God. Guys are irritating me a little bit here. Jeez, AI, what the hell? But yes, Vendetta mining is a great way to make a lot of money early on. You just need to get a couple of medium-class miners.
We were hit.
Then fight back. Fight back and die for your honor or something, I don't care. But stop calling me and interrupting me, goddammit. So yeah, get a couple of medium-class miners, or capture a couple of them. And then find as many trade stations as you can and leave satellites there. One of the best things you can do is to just drop satellites near every single station that you can. Just buy, a couple hundred satellites at as you can, and then just drop them everywhere. Because if I look around the map, you'll notice that each sector I have satellite, satellite, satellite. Satellite there. Like, every station has a satellite covering it, which allows me to get updates on trade deals and such there, and keep all of my my trade fleet informed, basically. And trade stations especially, you want to find them and get them selected, because then you can do... You don't have any right now. Or any
Entering
NVIDIA
system.
miner...
Company
Yeah, you
regard.
died. One of them died. I think I actually set these one to be automatically trading now. But basically, a full load of Nevidium for this L-class miner will get me like 1,000,000 credits. For the M-class miner, a full load will get me like 500,000 or 400. Usually, like, I would say, excuse me, Jesus. At least 300, but usually upwards of 500,000 credits per run. So you will very, very quickly make up your money invested in them. However, Nevidium demand is very limited. So for a bit of time, yes, meow, the adorable brats. They're currently napping right behind me, actually. Let me actually just... How can I do this easily? I know what I'll do. Give me a second here. Just gonna take that. Let me throw that on the Discord. But yeah, Nevidium demand is very limited. There's usually only, like, each station will only ask for a couple thousand at most.
Entering system.
And
Turquoise
they
C.
will eventually refresh their demand for it, so they will burn through their stock. But if you have, like, a dozen Nevidium miners, you will burn through the universe's demand for Nevidium very, very quickly, and then you'll need to reassign them to do, like, silicon or ore until it refreshes again. Usually, like, I only usually kept 2 medium and 2 L-class miners for Nevidium at a single time. And, the rest I reassigned to do other things because, yeah. That's a bit blurry, but whatever. Alright, let me go ahead and send that to Discord, because that'll be the quickest and easiest way for me to then steal it. Alright, Discord. Where's my Discord? There it is. Yeah, definitely blurry as hell, but hey, whatever. Let me open that. Turn around. I should almost just get a better image, but it's fine. That's good enough for now. Alright, let's turn around, go full speed back through so we don't have to worry about them blowing me up this time like they did last time. That was aggravating as all hell. Properties. There it is. Let me shrink that down a little bit. A lot of bit, apparently. Yeah, you are blurry as hell, my friend. There we go. There's those adorable buggers. Yeah. Just enjoying a nice nap in the corner.
10.
Right behind me. And now that we're actually going full speed, look, I'm not going to get blasted to death by that K in 2 seconds. Whoa! If only the autopilot could have figured that out. So yes, they are enjoying a nice nap here right behind me. Unfortunately, they're going to be in utter distress, I'm sure, as I won't be around for the next 3.5 days, give or take. So I'm sure they'll be beside themselves with grief, per se. But yes. So yeah, Nvidia mining is a very, very good way to make a lot of money over time. But again, you just can't invest a ridiculous amount into it. It's enough to give you a
Entering
boost,
system.
but it's not
Company
going to be
regard.
the... It's not necessarily going to be the core way that you make money. That's going to be in doing, you know, creating a lot of... Oh, there's another gate down there. Let's go to that gate first, because I think that's the gate I need to go through as well. You'll get that by, you know, creating stations and setting up trade routes and so on and so forth. That's how you're going to make your big money at the end of the day. But again, defending traders isn't exactly easy because, as we saw with the last two to three traders, they like to run into I's and K's and other such things and not be able to run away fast enough and then die. Yeah. And the frequency at which they do trading is not super great at times, so it takes them a very long time to make back their ROI, per se. Which kind of sucks,
Object.
but it is what it is. Alright, let me go ahead and clear that away there. Alright, so we still have, I believe, 2-ish sectors. Actually, we might be missing one more as well. No, we got the cave, or the cove. The cave, the cove, the thing.
Entering
Oh!
system. Scale plate.
God!
Green. Xenon shipyard.
That is a full-on Xenon shipyard right there. And it has a defense fleet to accommodate. They are currently on the way to me. There's a lot of debris in this sector. Now I just gotta find the gate that leads out of here. Keep flying straight for now. Hopefully that pinged something on the map for me. Oh, there's an unknown station up there. Oh, there we go. It was actually right next to the gate. About face. Oh, did you wake up, Fire?
Superhighway.
adorable
Unknown
brat, you.
sector.
Oh, you both woke up. Would you stop scratching the
Awaiting
light shade? I
orders.
should trim your nails before I go, shouldn't I? I'm not sure who was awaiting orders. I was too distracted by this cat. But hey. So yeah, the Nvidia miners finally gained... I think I just gave them enough skill, because even them, like, they did dozens of trades themselves as well. All around the universe. Still never leveled up their pilot skill. So I think I finally just gave them like 3 or 4 pilot training stars and then sent them off to do their thing. Alright, you little rascal. Let me get rid of that for a second. Properties. Configure. There we go. Perfect. Say hello to the cat perch. No, stay on your perch. There you go. Like, no, I want in your lap. Why are you denying me? Right. That is scale plate green 5. Now, am I missing anything? Because I don't think I got the achievement there yet for that. Let's see if it popped up. No, I did get Explorer. Yes, discovered all sectors. Okay, so that's done. That is finally done. Now we can head back and do other things, finally. I mean, we already took out an eye, which is nice in and of itself, but now I have a lot of scattered ships like this poor guy here with nothing to do. I'm going to send you to the home sector to repair yourself, because you're kind of beat all the hell up, my friend. Upgrade, repair, repair, Confirmed. Let's also see how many chimeras I can... Oh, he ran away. How many sectors are there to discover? Quite a bit. I don't know if I have the exact number. Let's see. It's about 93, I think. Might be a bit more than 93. Yeah, 93, I got it right. So yeah, 93. And we still have the Terran expansion coming later this year. I'm still surprised it's coming later this year. Split Vendetta literally just released earlier this year. I would almost want them to take even longer to release that expansion and add more content to it. You know, add more depth to the terraforming and such that's coming. Which is going to be the new end game for that. Thank you for the follow there, good sir. Creating.
Scale plate green.
Welcome to the Shenanigans, good sir. Right, I need to do a quick 180 here. And zoom back out the gate. Oh, see, you're such a lap cat, aren't you? I can't even steer my ship because you're just all up in my face. Yes, you are. You up, and now he's taking over my mouse pad again. Because he's a brat. She's like, no, this is mine now. It's like, what's going on? Oh, thank you for using your tail to knock down my stuff. I appreciate that. I'm being shot. I should probably boost out of here. I have like nothing of my mouse pad now. Like he has completely taken over my mouse pad. You adorable little brat, you. Aren't you an adorable little brat? Yes, you are. Yes, you are, fire. Aww.
Entering system. Company regard.
Put on the brakes for a second. So I can turn. Crank on the gas, and away we go. Right. Now, where the hell does that gate lead? That gate leads to the other sector, so I'll take a hard left here. And we will get the heck out of Dodge. And I should probably see about building some more chimeras if I can. Also, I want to double check on the status of my wharf, actually, to see how it's doing for ship production. Oh, no. Go to the map, please. Thank you. Property owned. Plan build. Still working on the defense platform. They take 20 damn minutes per. Probably more than that, actually. Like 25 minutes per. It's going to be a while before we get the other engine part and refined metal productions up, which is a shame. I just hope that the population increases faster, because that's my biggest thing. Because it just went up to, like, we've been playing for about 2 hours now, and the population went up by 100 out of 8,000. Yeah, I've had to use not even my armrest. I barely have an armrest. I actually use my lap every time he takes over the mouse pad. But yeah. We did build all the additional storage modules as well, which is good. But actually, I need to double check the wharf as well and see if I altered the input for hull parts and engine parts according to what I need. Because I have them currently set to automatically assign storage space for them. Aw, that's an adorable. That was an adorable little yawn. That was an adorable little yawn. Now you get that. Enjoy that cat ass. All that cat ass. Yes, excellent, kitty. Excellent. And of course, I got to shave before I go, because I got all this beard going on. And I'm currently going the wrong direction. No. You're already taking over my mouse. Pick either my lap or my mouse pad. Either way, pick one. You can't have both, damn it. I mean, you could probably figure it out. Do you have to have enough habitats to make the 8,000? Pretty close, yes. The 8,000, well, the 8,000 isn't the requirement from the modules. It's how many, it's the total amount I can have, because I currently have 8 large class habitats, basically. Oh, you little brat. Let me pull up the station calculator here so I can see if it still has my loadout. So I can see what the total I need is. So the total workforce that I need in order to fill out all of the modules I have currently is 7,930. So at 7,930 workforce, we will have 100% of the workforce needed for the station. Which, again, is taking way too long to generate that kind of workforce. In what should be a universe of trillions of people, how is it this difficult for me to get 8,000 workers? Why does it take me, like, 40 plus hours of gameplay for me to generate 8,000 workers? Like, what the hell? That's just wrong, man.
Entering EWAS
wrong.
Twin 1.
Looks like the Talati are attempting to try and take... Oh, well, goodbye. What's your brother doing? Oh, he's gone. Oh, well, I guess no more cat, then. No more cat cam. Oh, well. Oh, well. It is what it is. But, yeah. Let me, again, take a look at that station. I'll look at the logistical overview now. And let's see what I have for my hull part. Storage allocation. Let's go ahead and add. Increase that significantly. Same thing for engine components. We want to increase that significantly. Refined metals, because you're also... Well, you're going to be in demand for as much as is required for that, so you should be fine. Engine parts are what's really holding me back right now. I might just have to buy some. As much as I built this thing to be self-sufficient, we just aren't producing nearly enough. Build ships. Chimera. S-Class. Chimera. I also got the Ballure Heavy Fighter. But the Chimera is just nice because it may be a S-Class fighter, but it has 5 main weapons. Of course, 1 shield. And then 4 engines. So it is a very, very, very nice ship. Especially if I load in my Chimera loadout here, which uses the thermal disintegrators, which somewhat bypasses the shield. So it will deal damage to both the hull and the shields at the same time. So once the shields go down, it will deal full damage.
System.
So basically, when you're firing those things, it deals 50 damage to hull, 50 damage to shields, and once the shields are down, it should deal 100 damage to hull. Which is pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. Let me find myself an equipment yard here quickly. Because I've been really... let's go to the Paraded Wharf then. Yeah, we'll head on over to the Paraded Wharf
Ship
so I can,
technology
so I can slide in space, apparently. I can reacquire my satellites, since I'm now fresh out of satellites. Yeah. But anyway, it is a really fast little fighter. Doesn't have very great defenses, but it has really good attacks. So a swarm of 100 of those for the Raptor would be very, very powerful. It's like, one of them ain't going to do much. 100 of them, on the other hand, I could imagine them taking down cap ships. The problem being, again, engine... Well, actually, you know what? What is my Megatrans currently doing? Yes, you have 2,300 weapon components, but you're not really doing much of anything right now. We shouldn't be buying them. Because we have enough. We don't really need weapon components. You are buying weapon components. Are you buying any weapon components? You are, but not enough. I don't know why we're buying them. We shouldn't be buying them. I'm gonna have to adjust that. 'Cause that's no. That's big no. Right, let's sell all the weapon components here then. Hopefully they have a dock that allows them to actually make that transaction. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my Mega Transporter head on over to... why does that exist? Why is there a defense platform here? Luckily it looks like my cap ship there is dealing with that, but I'm like, why the hell is that there? Phoenix, please attack that, thank you. Where the hell's my station? Oh, I was looking in the wrong location, that's why. He's over here. Right. I want you to take 12,000 engine parts from there, please and thank you. And then bring them back here. Transfer wares with grand exchange, 12,000 engine parts. Thank you. Then I'll have you make another run later. So this thing is also a very nice ship. Just look at the silhouette of it. It is... I basically sold a bunch of other cap ships that were useless just so I could buy this thing, because it is a sexy beast. Let me go ahead and load on in here. Ships, trading ships, heavy freighters, Millennium Mega Transporter. This is what that beast looks like. And it actually does have some guns on there as well. It just has three massive engines on the back. It stores a significant amount of goods. So it has 182,000 units of storage space. Versus something like the Buffalo, which only has 16,000. This is a L-class transport. So there's that one. There's the Laena Super Freighter, which does 142, so slightly less than the, well, actually 20,000 less than the Megatrans, but hey. I believe that one's a little bit faster, though. So everyone has their own benefits and negatives there. The Tutorial, which is the fortified Mega Transport. I believe this is the Argon variant, so it has a lot more weapons, probably a little bit faster, but of course it significantly lacks in its actual storage capacity. Yeah, because the turrets, there's 26 turrets on here versus the Millennium, which has... Actually, no, Millennium actually has 27 turrets. Must be a larger variant of turrets than in that case. But yeah, if I go to my... If I go ships... Ships... Combat ships, carriers, and destroyers... I do, as you can see here, have the Arawan, which somebody mentioned previously. And it is also a beastly little ship. It has a ship capacity just like the, or very similar to the Raptor. Has 100 small, or what the hell, 21 S-ship docks, 100 ship capacity. And 2 M-class docks. I'm not sure, because it doesn't really specify here, though, as to which medium, or which types it can carry. I'd have to look at the actual... And then the Baimon Freedom Carrier, which is just sexy. Really want to get that thing, just because look at it. It's beautiful. What do we else? We got the Executioner. That doesn't look too good. Yeah, this one was one of the ones that looks really nice. The Erebos. The Holy Order of the Pyramids. One of their, basically their mothership carrier. Again, it's not as impressive, though. It does have 4 medium-class docks, so it's capable of holding a lot more medium-class ships than small, but still. The Red Knight First Guard we have. This one just looks like a sea-based carrier, doesn't it? The Scalius Linebreaker Carrier. Again, doesn't really hold as many ships as the Raptor does, but still. And of course, here's the actual First Guard battleship, which I have one of. And also really do want one of these inherited battleships. It just looks really freaking nice, doesn't it? It looks like a giant, like, rail gun, honestly. It's just a sexy beast. Then we have the Tanaris, which is a classic line-breaker battleship there. A lot of turrets based on that one, so makes it pretty nice. It also can carry quite a few ships as well. 34 turrets. Bought my time at Portia last week, and every time I see Higgins, I always remember Higgins. Damn you, Higgins. The Thanatos. It's actually a nice looking little battleship, honestly, that they have. A lot of turrets on that, but not as much as some of the other ones. The Zeus Vanguard. I'm not as much of a fan of these ones, though. The Zeus and the Behemoth, I think. Well, actually, the Behemoth's not too bad. The Comet Starfleet Destroyer. Yeah, the Talati ones are just... I'm really not a fan of the Talati. The Doom Hammer. The Doom Hammer. Lovely. The Odysseus, same thing. I really don't like the Talati battleships. They're pretty crap. Which makes sense why they keep getting their ass kicked pretty much everywhere. Then, of course, we got the Rattlesnake, the Phoenix, and all that. These are all basically the same damn thing. The Stargazer. Space Guard, Destroyer. There's some really, really nice ships. There are. I mean, X Rebirth, as much as it had a lot of issues when it comes to gameplay, and God knows the launch was terribly rocky, as every X game is, really, they really had a lot of really, really nice ships. And also, one thing as well, for anyone like my time at Portia is a... Oh, is it not a station? Let me go... Oh, it's actually a shipyard. Let me go see that quickly. Is a rather good game, and there's actually another nice way of getting a hold of that, too. Namely, the Xbox PC Game Pass, which is a bit of a mouthful there. $5 a month, and you get access to quite a few different games on that, including that one. The only major downside of the Games Pass is that all the actual like files and such for that are hidden. Also, I forgot we're actually going to a wharf in order to get
unknown station.
In order to get satellites, which I could use to deploy there now, and I completely forgot about it. So yeah, the major downside is all the files for that are hidden, so you can't really mod a lot of those games like you otherwise would be able to, which is a damn shame. Although they have recently added in some limited modding capability for some games, I haven't really been able to see how that's supposed to work on them, as I don't think they specified which ones
Docking granted.
were moddable or not right now. So, because God knows, I picked up finally tried out the new Mech Warriors that released a while back, but of course it has a lot of balancing issues and such, which can lead you into a very similar death spiral that you would get from, say, BattleTech, when it comes to not having enough missions and running into a deficit and thereby getting screwed over, per se.
Successfully docked.
So I'd love to add a certain mod that fixes that, but I can't do it. So that's definitely the flaw of that, per se. Let me go ahead and repair the ship completely. Oh, let me edit that because I still need to get my consumables. Get rid of the heavy dumbfires. I don't use those. Let's go ahead and max out the torpedoes, because torpedoes are the shit. We'll get a couple of advanced satellites, then we'll just go ahead and get like 30 regular satellites. Let's also increase my resource probes back up. Actually, lower these then. That's good enough. Yeah, we're good on flare. I never even use my flares, honestly. Confirm the order. 4 seconds later, and we're done. So yeah, that's if one is currently on a budget, which a lot of people are right now. That's one good way you can get access to a lot of those and play a lot of those games without having to spend a fortune. Not to mention, even like ridiculously enough, some brand new games are on there as well for the same damn price. Wastelands 3, I believe, is on there now, among other things. Grounded, and so on. There's quite a few interesting ones on there. So if you happen to be a bit short on the old cash there and want to try out a lot of those games, that's an option for you. But anyway, back to the X universe and such. So yeah. I have to say, when it comes to
Baronet
X3,
Shipyard.
as much as I had some issues with the Terrans per se, they were definitely one of my favorite factions for their ships and stations and such. So I'm very much so looking forward to having them once more make an appearance in the universe. That is going to be quite nice indeed. Especially considering some of them had some really damn overpowered weapons. But hey, they're the Terrans, it makes sense. All those years of advancement, not having to worry about all the racial conflicts and such here in the universe with the split
Empty
and all
space.
that. Secluded in the Sol system with all its resources.
Araclus.
Oh, I suppose
Vanguard.
they could have used up a lot of those, but still. We'll see how they represent all
Accelerator.
of that
Trinity Sanctum. 7.
as we come to it. And hopefully we see more interesting additions, kind of like the terraforming. Because although the terraforming is definitely interesting and gives you a really nice endgame goal to do, I really would like to see... As much as they want it being something that's just kind of, you know, you do it just to do it, I like doing something for a benefit. Kind of like, I really don't like the split and parroted missions that ask me to,
Entering
again,
system.
give them
Right promise.
entire fleets of ships and then get nothing from it. They don't even give me reputation. It grinds my gears, per se, that I've given them, like, in total they want like 600 million worth of stuff, ships, and just straight up credits from me. And not only do they not reward me literally anything for that, but they
Entering
also
system.
start off my
Profit
reputation with their
Center
faction
Alpha.
at neutral. Like, what the hell? That's just wrong, man. That's just wrong. You invest all that money, all of that, and it's like, what could go wrong? Well, according to what they said, and they have mentioned this as well during one of the dev live streams, you can't go to a perfectly good planet and fuck up the terraforming. It is, you know, you're going to have a goal of, say, hey, planet 37 has horrible radiation poisoning because of blah, blah, blah. Build a, you know, take all of these required, million resources or whatever to build radiation filters and send them down to the planet to deal with the issue. Or so on and so forth. Because one of the systems that they added in during one of the earlier, well, like a long time ago that they mentioned in one of the first dev streams for the game, was that they added a new shading system for planets that could be modified to change over time. So they can do a lot of things like that can update in real-ish time. So such as, say, melting the ice caps. And next thing you know, you look at a planet and suddenly there's like rivers of water throughout the entire thing. And then maybe later on there's some cloud, it's covered in a layer of fog or cloud cover and so on. Maybe you start to see some green showing up over time as you keep terraforming it, stuff like that. So it's a very visual thing, and apparently you will get some rewards for doing it, but they're not, again, meant to be a means to an end. It's meant to be the goal in and of itself. So there shouldn't, according to what they said, at least the plan right now is that there's not going to be a major economic boost from doing this. Which personally, again, I kind of disagree with that. I would rather see, if you're going to have a new colony on a terraformed world, they're going to need resources, that should create some kind of possibility for trade, a new avenue for goods to flow. But apparently not. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and fly over to my lovely Mega Complex 2 here, because I'm sure there's quite a few people who haven't seen this as of yet. Oh, the Insurgents. Yeah, I was doing that one right now. But again, it's the same thing as the split plot line, in that he wants me to give him a parentid fleet of a exact specification, which is basically going to cost me 200 million credits, and I'm just like,
Entering system.
I can't be
Right
asked right
promise.
now to give them that much money that I could be spending on myself. So, again, the main thing right now is this. I'm at the current point now in the
Entering
game where
system.
a lot of what I
Trinity
need to do
Sanctum.
is mostly waiting. So I'm just kind of kicking back and wait. End of the day, Terran's making self-replicating. Well, no. That's the whole point. We're not
Entering
using
system.
machines to
Unholy
terraform here.
retribution.
We're using you and your vast empire of resources. So you're not terraforming using the robots. You're terraforming using a station. From what I could see, it was a station, at least for now.
Entering system.
So you will have to provide this
Highest
station
mists.
with an absurd amount of resources to get this terraforming done. Not necessarily just credits, but a variety of different resources that will have to be provided to that station to do the job. And then, yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. Terrans or Argons or all the, the... What was it? Antagons? Something along those lines. Have tried several times to fuck around with the terraformers, and it has always come back to bite them in the ass. So, yeah. Again, considering the threat that the Xenon possess and the fact that they're sending I's and K's everywhere, it bothers me a little that they're not,
Minotaur. Jumpgate.
collectively
Localitas
not
Fortune.
trying to push in and deal with that. But then again, they also have the pressures of the Civil Wars and other conflicts as well. So, considering how divided they are, I guess it makes sense that they're not having time to deal with the Xenon that are rampaging through the universe, but it's one of those things where it's like, well, I guess I have to do everything.
Entering system. Nopalias
But, yeah.
Fortune.
That's basically meant to be, again, a big end game kind of goal. They're not sure right now as well as to when we'll get access to it game-wise. Like, should you get access to the basics of terraforming when you get the player HQ? Or should it be later on down the line after doing, a couple of mission or another for it? So the new Terran
Entering
storyline
system.
is also
Grand
going to
exchange.
include the terraforming as a component per se. So that'll be interesting as well to see how that goes. But again, I hope I'm not providing any more damn fleets because I'm tired of that. I hope they come up with something new this time. I just don't want to have to provide any more damn fleets and waste all my millions of credits for nothing. But yeah, I definitely need to build more stations around the universe. I need to start seriously looking around the map and, planning and building additional avenues of income, because I'm not making considering how long the game has run now, how far into the game I'm not making nearly as much money as I should be. Like, every time by this point, every time I do a 2-3 hour session, I should be making, like, at least a good, 30-40 million credits. Alright, here is, of course, the player HQ, which I have transformed into a mega station. All of which is currently providing the wharf with resources, which, of course, still not providing them with the significant amount of resources that it needs, but hey, it is what it is.
Rattlesnake.
Ah, yes, one of my rattlesnakes here to protect the station while the defenses are being constructed. So right on the left side there, we have the actual shipyard, which is constructing the S&M class ships. And on the right, we have the maintenance bay, which is for, of course, repairing any of the small, medium class ships. So there's the drones currently building another one of the defense platforms. We already have one built
Wharf.
right there. Hopefully it's actually been properly equipped as well. I know I did load a basic loadout on them, because you do need to create a loadout for them or they will not have guns. I can't quite tell if they actually equipped it though. Does not look like they did. I'm not seeing any weapons on this. Oh, there's one. Maybe I'm just blinded. Oh yeah, no. So there's the shield generator. I don't see any of the L class though. I guess they haven't gotten around to them yet for some reason. Oh well. Yes, pretty much. Well, sanity, insanity, either way is good, right? But anyway. So yeah, I just built a nice additional couple of rings around this thing, attached all of the various production modules to it. So it just became a bit of a monstrosity, and each one of these right here is the Talati L-class biomes. See all the various different production units around here. Now, of course, we're working on the second layer down below. I thought I had a good ring to it. So yeah, down here we're working on the next layer of that, and that can keep expanding either further down or up as I see fit or require, per se. Probably am going to need a lot more of the... Let's actually pause here for a second. Property owned, plan build. I want to double check that thing and see why it hasn't, why they haven't added on the loadout it should have. Yeah, because it should look like this, and it did not, so it was definitely not complete for whatever reason. Let me actually go into, let's go back. No. Confirm module changes. Information. Funds for station construction, so I guess they're fine. Don't need any more funds for station construction. Let me accept the amount required for that. Now, the station should currently be set up to only... Only my subordinates can basically supply the station with resources. And I went through the entire logistics chain and basically told them, hey, don't buy any of the basic resources, because we don't need to buy them. We can sell them when they get to a certain point, but we're producing literally everything here, so there's really no bloody need for that. Right, let me go ahead and check on the Ship Tech FAC over here, which is producing Playtronics. Looks like they got a couple of million for me, so I'll accept the estimate there. Check on my other high-tech FAC and see how he's doing. He also got me a couple of million. So I really do need to build many more stations, honestly. I've got 260 plus million rate, probably 270 million now. And I really just need to start spreading that around the universe more. Now, my problem is that most people will just build individual stations all around the universe to, you know, supply the needs of that sector. I have the somewhat bad habit of just building these self-sufficient mega structures here. Very compact, at least as compact as I can get it. I believe this was a 4x... Was this a 4x4 or a 2x2 kilometer cube? Can't remember. But either way, very compact. And this one provides Playtronics. The other one is doing engine parts and hull components, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one's a lot wider, and obviously I built way too large of a cube for it. So I paid way too much, basically. So yeah, you're providing hull parts, engine parts, and weapon components. So yeah, weapon components and engine parts is what this thing mainly produces. And there are multiple shipyards nearby, but unfortunately they're not all blood buying right now, which is mildly annoying. So now I have to ship a lot of this to the other end of the galaxy, which is again where I'm tempted to use the warehouse script. But then again, in order for that to work anyway, I need to create a station that is essentially a big storehouse for them to assign it to as a warehouse. Right. Now, where is my mega transporter? So he's still currently making his way to the Parented Wharf here, where he's going to trade the weapon components that he had. He then has a fairly long trip to go. Probably going to go all the way up to 2 grand and then way off over here in order to get to that station so that he can grab the engine parts and bring them back, which will make my life easier for that. Actually, are we... Let me double check. Yeah, we're not currently... We're neither building any ships, nor are we currently reverse engineering any ships. Otherwise, the time frame would show up down below here. Unfortunately, again... No, not plan built. Build ships. I am still lacking in engine components to build this thing, I think. Nope, we have enough now. We do have enough now for it. But the question is, how many of them could I build? So... like 3. Engine parts are still the main thing we're currently lacking. Let's see if I can crank it up to 7, 10. Still only engine parts. Whoops. 15. Up 20. Still engine parts. So that's why we're waiting on 2 more engine part factories to construct. Unfortunately, I can't nudge the section. That's actually another thing I really hope they add in, at some point at least. The ability to alter the queue for construction in a station. Like, for example, if I move... Yeah, station building is a little clunky right now. Like, once you slap... when you slap a component onto a station to be built, they will be built in the order in which you do that. So if you build, like, a huge framework and then start putting your basic modules and stuff on it, the entire framework will be built first before the modules that you actually need constructed will start building. Which is why if you're building a station to produce, say, engine components, you want to build it in stages. You want to build just enough of a framework to get, storage modules, and then start working on the basic resources required to pop into that. But this is assuming you want to make a mega complex, obviously. Or a station complex. And then work on the intermediate resources, and then finally the engine components themselves. So even up to 30 units, it looks like hull parts are great now. It is simply 40 units, 50 units, finally up to 50 units we're requiring hull parts again. So right now we need about 22,000 engine parts. Because again, I want 100 of these. I already have like a couple, I think about 20 of them, maybe 30 of them currently running around guarding trade ships. Not doing a very good job of it because I think I have them set up at this moment to be defense. A defense fleet, basically. And I think I need to have them set up as an intercept fleet. So that might be why they're not being effective in protecting their traders. So that might just be my fault for that. But anyway. So again, the Megatrans is currently getting, I think it was 12,000 units. So we still need a lot more units getting hauled over here, so I might see if I can get a couple more ships going, because clearly we might need them. The only shame is I don't really think I can. Let me quickly grab a trade ship so I can experiment a bit here. Should I get another Hermes Sentinel, or should I get the other? Yeah, let's get another Hermes maybe. Thought I had a preset for you. Apparently I don't. But with the MK2 travel drive, we want the MK2 combat thruster, the MK2 shield generator, give you some pulse turret to defend yourself with, all the good old basic software that you need to get the job done. Captain, couple of service crew to keep you repaired, and I'll give you some flares. And maybe a couple of laser towers, just because I can. Now, unfortunately, though, I went through all of that, and this... Go ahead and save the loadout. Unfortunately, they're lacking hull parts here, so they're not even going to be able to build that ship. So I'm going to go ahead and build a Talati one instead. Which, not an S-Class, M-Class. Vulture. Transport. MK2 Travel. MK2 Combat Thruster to get into speed, or get up to speed. Okay, good. Everything's set up for that. Looks good. Okay. Crew. Again, we'll give you some service crew. Give you some flares. And a couple of laser towers to throw behind. In case you get attacked. Which you will. Let's go ahead and build... Let's go ahead and build 2 of them for now. There we go. But yeah, station building is definitely somewhat clunky. In order to, like, for example, if I go into building the Grand Exchange Wharf here, I think I went build ships again. Whoops. Plan build. So if I wanted to further extend down here, like this little bit, I would have to go down to other modules, grab this guy, drag it down, just somewhere randomly in here where it's green and able to be maneuvered. Then I just have to select it. Oops, no, control moves it down. Let's see. I guess right click. Yeah, right click on it to rotate it till I can see this glow basically. Then I can select it again, bring it up and attach it. So it's very, very clunky for doing that. It's just a pain in the ass and a half, really. And again, like, I can't move this up the line. I can't edit any of these and have them, you know, increase their priority. Like, right now, I'd love to move all these disc defense platforms down to the bottom of the priority list. And sure, like, for example, if I were to try and move this up to priority number 1, it couldn't be done because then it would be building it in nothing. There's no attached structure. So then I'd get a warning that this, you know, show up that says, hey, this can't be done because this structure needs to be built first. In which case I could be like, okay, build those first, followed by this. Would be nice. So I really wish I could reorganize it like that. It would be very, very useful to have a feature like that. But right now, if I wanted to do something like that, I would just outright have to basically cancel the construction, which... that would basically cancel everything. And then I'd have to rebuild it again from scratch, which would be a pain in the ass. So I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm basically just stuck waiting at this point, which is fine because we do need the defense module. Speaking of which, this one just finished, and I want to see... wondering why they're not loading this up properly. There we go. Because they're only partially building the loadouts I had assigned to them previously, which is annoying. Hopefully now they'll have everything attached to it properly. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of improvements, a lot of basic improvements that need to be made. I'd like to see a lot more... what's the word? How do I want to put it? There's always just been, like, features... the features that they have in are nice, but they could be expanded further to make them even better. Like, when it comes to joining the guilds and helping out the certain factions in their civil war, like, a lot of the missions for that, they're very, you know, they're very generic. They don't really feel like you're doing anything to help the war effort, per se. They're not, like, displayed in a smart manner, I would say. I've never really, like, they'll fight each other every now and then, but you're never called up. You're like, hey, we're going to be moving in to attack this area. If you want to, like, there used to be some things. I think that when they first put in a war module for X3's, I'm not sure if it was the Terran Conflict or no, it was the last one they did. Oh God, I can never remember. Albion Prelude? Was it Albion Prelude? I think it might have been. That's when they added in the war system. Let's see here. Yeah, Albion Prelude. And it was a very basic system, but, you know, it
Asteroid.
got the job done in a way. The only downside was the enemy would just warp into a fleet 2 seconds after you took the place and take it back, which was always aggravating. But hey, that's why we don't have the warp anymore. Because it's too cheap for all parties involved. Right. Let's see how my new Hatikva's Choice production facility is coming along here. Looks like basic microchip production is now going in. A lot of the other basic production is already in. The docking port and all that is currently established. We're just waiting on the other connectors afterwards and then the advanced stuff to be added on. But let's take a look at the logistical overview. So we currently have energy cells. We currently don't have any other resources. So my guess at the moment here... Has this actually been constructed? What's the problem here? Modules, no resource. Okay, I see. So... yeah. Basically, I need to get that... Where is that thing, actually? So we don't actually have... We don't have a manager for that yet, and we don't have any ships currently built to supply it. So I need to get all of the above done. So let's go ahead and... yeah, let's get a couple basic boys built here quickly for him. Let's go back down here. Buy ships, medium class, gas miner.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
I'll give him a pulse turret for defense. I'll get him a couple pulse turrets for defense. Let's not be too cheap with this. Should be good. Crew, captain. Give him one service crew just because I'm nice. Add to the shopping list. We'll give him 2 of those, should be plenty. Let's add on 2 mineral miners, same thing. MK2 combat engines. We're going to want to give you... blind, there it is. At least 1 MK1 mining drill. I'll also give you an MK1 mining turret. And a pulse turret, just because why the hell not? Let's be nice. And you will also have some crew. Add that to the shopping list. We'll also make that ×2. Looks like they're missing a bit of shield components, but we can send our new trader to do that quickly. Confirm the order. Right, new trader is built. So let's go ahead and look at you, my friend. First things first, shield components. Great, I have to go through the filter setting. Ugh. Shield components. Apparently I didn't click properly. Okay. Right. Does anybody nearby sell shield components? Anybody? Anybody around? apparently way the hell down here, and he was twin, but that's dangerous as F, so we're not going anywhere near that. The 10-foot pole. Wow, nobody sells shield components, apparently. He has to go way the hell. Out of the way to buy shield components. But whatever. Let's have you do that quickly. Yeah, buy 1,000 shield components. Come back here. It's actually not buying all of them either, which is annoying. There we go. That sells all those off. So, what was I doing with you beyond that? Well, first things first, let's go to you.
Can I help?
Here, have a piloting seminar. And now, of course, the autosave kicks in. God damn it. I also need to go find a manager as well. So I should go dock and do that quickly. And thus I wait. No, not quite. But yeah. Anyway. There we go.
Can I help?
I ran out of piloting seminars.
Sir?
Unfortunately. So if I go to his
Requesting permission to dock.
behavior here,
Docking
if I could
permission
actually select
granted.
it, which would help, down to his default orders. So when it comes to trading, as you can see, Tater Trade's a level 1. So even distribute wares, which is a basic kind of auto trading, requires 2 stars. The actual auto trading requires 3, and the more stars you have, the more gates he can travel, so it takes a hell of a lot. It's a huge pain in the ass to have them do it, basically. Now, I can also have them supply a fleet with resources if I attach them to a fleet, but I can't necessarily give condition. Like, one thing that really bugs the shit out of me in this game is that I can't give conditional orders. Yes, Meow. Can I help you, Meow? Can I help you, Snowball? What? What do you want? For example, I would love to tell this trader to go to my factory currently making engine components and provide them, like load them up and provide them to a other specific station until a certain amount has been reached, or, you know, until, you know, as long as it's above a certain level. Unfortunately, I don't really have a way to do that outside of giving manual, you know, constant trade orders, which is very annoying. So, for example, for that, once he is currently done with those orders, and apparently that was a spare because I had another one here. So I did have one that was currently sitting around doing nothing. So this one as well shouldn't have any current orders. So let me actually contact you as well.
Can I help?
I apparently do have some basic piloting seminars, and that's really all I need to enable Tater Trade if I wish. So, straight up, all I want you doing, my friend, is coming out here. Apparently I can't give you the order for some damn reason. Reselect you. Meow! What do you want, Meow? What? Oh god, yeah, he can only, by comparison to the Mega Transporter, which can carry 12,000 units, he can only take 680 units of engine components. Slight difference. So, either way, I want you to go grab those. I'll have you slowly kind of get her done. Transfer wares. Go back to Tharka's. Trade with. Grab their engine components. Meow. What? Transfer wares. And that's going to take them quite a bit of time to do that. Can I help you? Can I help you, you adorable brat, you? Hmm? Come on. Jump up here. Jump up there. Come on. Yes, come on. Or are you going to stand there all day? Apparently. Let me pull that back up here for a second. There we go. Fine, I'll just put you there. Ah, there you go, you fatso. There you go. Who's an adorable brat? You're an adorable brat, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. You do love your head scratches, don't you? Yeah. You're so yappy, though, I swear. I should have named you Yowler instead of keeping your given name. He's like, oh, yeah, that's the spot. That's the spot right there. Oh, there he goes. Are you done now? You're going to keep meowing at me? Hmm? Come here. Oh, you little rascal. Oh. Now you got white fur flying everywhere. Just being a little harasser. There we go. Ah, you almost took my headset with you. That hurt. Alright, that's enough of that. Because he's just going to run off and do his own thing now. Okay. So yeah, they will eventually contact me again and say, hey, I completed all those orders you told me to do. But it's going to be a while. But at least he's going to be doing it a lot faster than the Mega Transporter. Speaking of which, where the hell is the Mega Transporter now? Because he should have actually completed his order to sell the weapon components that he had. Ah, so he's all the way at Thoric's demise. So he's taking this path to get up there. So he's on the way. So soon enough, we'll have enough engine components transferred to the headquarters to produce 50 more units of Chimera. Speaking of which, let's see if I have any units here that are only... Yeah, here's one. Remove all orders and assignments. That'll disband that fleet. Remove all orders and assignments. There we go. So you two... Oh, no, not the whole batch. Thank you very much. Upgrade and repair. So go ahead and get repaired. Same thing for you. Upgrade and repair. Confirmed. Alright, now select all of those using shift click. Select the Raptor. Right click on the Raptor itself. And I will do an intercept for the commander, Alpha. And that'll create a new fleet with the Raptor. These two should follow that order once they're repaired, because right now they have additional orders to heal. Let's see if their current behavior is set to, yeah, assigned to new commander. So it's not that they have rejected the order, it's just that they have additional orders to do before that happens. So we now have them assigned to that. Hopefully I can assign additional units to the interception fleet for that. The only thing is I wish I could have a subsection here of, you know, assign these to attack fleet or attack fleets or something like that, or defense fleets or civilian fleets or something like that, so that I could, you know, not have to see this mass of just fleets here, especially considering I kept assigning each trade fleet with its own ship here. But again, I actually need to fix these guys because they're currently assigned to defense, which is not what they need to be doing for that one. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? I think it was Sentinel 9. Intercept for the commander. So if the commander is under attack, you are to intercept for him. And there's TF9 once again. Okay, good. Task Force 9. Or Trade Fleet 9, really. So they should now properly... Because if I look at each and every one of these damn fleets, they're all set up for defense. Which is not what I want them to do. Meow? Oh, great. Now he's behind me. Why did you decide to crawl up behind me, Snowball? You adorable brat, you. I'd have to go through and reassign each and every one of these individual fleets. I'm not going to do that right now. That sounds like a huge pain in the ass. So yeah, let's quickly find a local station. Let's go for you, I guess. And see if we can find ourselves a manager for the other station. We should still have a couple management seminars. We should be able to make anybody just not crap, so... But hopefully we can find at least somebody with some basics. Ooh, spacefly eggs. Ooh, tempted. Very tempted. If you stay in a sector that is doing mining, you'll get a massive amount of those resources. And especially for the split storyline,
out of docking range.
You need, I think, a minimum of 2 times spacefly caviar, which is 50 damn spaceflies that you need to acquire in order to,
No criminal identified. Please assist in pursuit.
in order to get those. It's really annoying. Because it took me quite a bit of time waiting and waiting and waiting for enough of them to pop up to actually complete that. Alright, let's get up and walk around. This is something I haven't done all stream, actually. Let's go ahead and get out of the ship. Oh, hey there. Oh, I swear to God, I am covered in cats now. I got one behind me. I got one in front of me here. Let me see if I can. Let me add this right here. Let me just... No, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Alright. So I got one right here. I got that one right behind me here, just laying behind me, like, what the hell? What are you doing back there? Apparently they're comfortable like this. I don't know. I don't know. A little bit of that chest hair, because why the hell not? What do you want, Alright. That's enough of that. Yeah, they are just being absolute brats. It's just like, no, we're here, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Alright, let's find someone who's not complete dog shit, hopefully. And now Snowball is currently attacking Fireball's tail.
Hello there.
And slightly whacking me with it, so it's like, no, stop that. You have level 2 boarding skill. And you look pretty badass, actually, but no. You are not what I am looking for. I mean, technically I could just give you seminars to make you what I want you to be, but, you know. I'd rather find at least someone. But again, this is another station where it's practically a ghost town, because in a universe of probably trillions of individuals, there's no one to hire. Apparently unemployment rates are drastically low. Because you can never bloody find anyone to hire. Hello there. You have basic management skill. You're hired. Get aboard my ship. Oh, I'm full, actually. In that case. Because now, with the new mechanics, because used to be you had to ferry him there. You couldn't just say, hey, you, go there, do this. Now you actually can. So even when it comes to
maximize your company's profits.
if you were to, for example, claim a ship now, you could immediately eject out of that ship, go back to your ship, and then order a crew member from anywhere in the universe that you have to go take over and captain that ship, which is not something you could do before. That was one of the enhancements made in, I think, 3.2? With the new crew transfer mechanics, which makes life so much easier. Because beforehand, especially when you were transferring like a large amount of crew from one ship to another, they had to be like right next to each other, and then there was just a lot of, half the damn time they wouldn't even transfer the crew properly, so they made it a lot easier to deal with now.
Hello.
Oh god. I am... Why? Why, you little adorable brats? Let me see. Where's my configure here? That's not the right way. That is 100% not the correct direction to go. There we go. There we go. Here. Enjoy some more cats. Because why not? Why not? Because I don't need my mouse pad, right? No, of course not. Why would I need that? That's silly. All I need is cats. Adorable, fluffy, pain-in-the-ass cats. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Snow? Yeah. So originally, these two... Well, these two were brothers, apparently, which is funny considering their complete opposite color scheme. Well, not opposite, but still. Completely different color scheme between the two of them. From what I heard, they, for whatever reason, whoever owned them originally couldn't have them anymore. And they were supposed to just be taken for a period of time. And lo and behold, it was like 6 months later that they were up for adoption. It was like, sure, why not? Because I figured, hey, if I'm going to get cats, it's better to have a pair of them so they can run around and keep themselves entertained while I'm not around, working all day and so on. And yeah, this little guy loves to shred toilet paper. I used to have an image of him shredding toilet paper and scattering it all over the place. Unfortunately, I've all but lost that image. Hopefully I can find it again eventually. But yeah. Yeah. I might actually might be able to get that back. Oh god, please don't lay on my hand. Oh, you little bastard. No. Oh, looks like we're using the old armrest now. Yeah, no, I have been denied all mouse pad privileges now. This is awkward as hell. Right, so Hitikvaz now has a manager, which is good. I don't know if he's there as of yet. I don't think so. Well, then again, we do have teleport technology. But nope, it looks like he hasn't. Or has he? Has he made it there? Apparently he has. Employees on board. So no, he isn't there yet, but he is on the way. I had the tech. Hey, stop! No! Oh, you little shit! You little shit! By a snowball. I swear to God, stop chewing on the cord. Okay, it's a mouse cord. The last thing I need is you chewing on that. Freaking getting yourself electrocuted or something. Stop it. Let me get some slack here if I can, Fire. So I can keep your brother from attempting to electrocute himself. Yes, a catter mission. Enjoy. Excellent. Excellent. Let me go ahead and see if I can... Oh, no, can't angle that any lower, apparently. Oh, well. That's as low as she goes. So, let's take a look at... And you're still trying to attack the wire, aren't you? And you are still an adorable kitten inside, I swear. It looks like the gas miners and the mineral miners have now finished doing what they needed to do. Please, you know what? Fine, I'll use this chair way over here as my mouse pad then. How's that sound, Snow? How the hell does that sound? Alright, now let's go ahead and scroll up here. And I want to assign those as Mining Fleet Alpha for Hatikvas so they can get over there and get their asses to work. Let me go into the information for this and make sure... automatic resupply of subordinates, sector travel, sector activities, trade restrictions, use global trade restrictions. Which I'm pretty sure my global trade restrictions are currently set. He still wants it too. He's looking at it like, I want that so much. Yeah. Currently my global trade rule is that only my property may trade. So default station supply. So only my trade ships can supply my stations. It's not for traders though, so anyone can trade with the station. But yeah, global standing orders just for crew notifications and such are here as well. He's like, oh no, get that. Get it. Except you're not, you little brat. You leave it alone. Leave it alone, Snowball. Leave it alone. You can chew on the power cords while I'm away hiking in the mountains, okay? No. No. No, you don't. Big baby you. I swear, you just... an utter distraction. I guess I'll have to wrap things up sometime soon, because clearly these guys want all of my attention. Don't you, little brat? Yeah. You're gonna miss me for the next couple of days, aren't you? Yeah. But I finally got a freaking week of vacation, and after the bullshit that work has been for the last, like, 2 weeks, I'm sure as hell looking forward to not being here and doing anything. I just hope it doesn't rain all the damn time, because, hey, mountains tend to attract a lot of rain. And that would very much so suck. Whoop. Fine, you can go there. I'll trade you spaces. How's that sound? How's that sound? I can use my lap again as my impromptu mouse pad, because apparently you... Let me pull you out here, actually make you more comfortable. You don't think I'm allowed to have my mouse pad anymore, do you? Yeah. Oh shit, don't knock that over. You've knocked over many of my drinks before. Yeah, I'm going to the same place too. I remember posting that video on that, yeah. That was funny. Or I had to take the freaking gondola back down because I walked earlier that day, basically from the campground into town and then back up to the campground again. Then I climbed the mountain, which is like 600 meters of elevation. It's about a 2 hour hike one way. So 4-hour hike round trip. And I just couldn't, I was too damn tired to make the trip back down. So I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to not only pay for this gondola, but hold on to my dear life as I make my way down this freaking thing to get to the bottom of the mountain. I was just like, oh jeez. Why don't they have any ship bars on this thing? Why? This is a design flaw. Yeah, that was interesting. You are currently fleeing, my friend. Why are you fleeing? That is a friend and foe mine. That is a Talati plunderer. Ooh. Hello. Rattlesnake that is nearby.
Autopilot engaged.
Giannis Zura, or take me there for one. I need one in Grand Exchange. No. Well, you might be able to do it too. How are your marine count? Good. Okay. I need you to make your way. Where the hell are we going?
Autopilot disengaged. Autopilot
Really?
engaged.
Yeah, rattlesnake, make your way over here. If I can find someone else closer, I will make use of them to do it, because I could have swore I had another rattlesnake in the Animus around
Autopilot
here.
disengaged.
Autopilot, stop disengaging.
engaged.
I swear to God. I will slap the shit out of you. It's like, stop that. Right. Cats game or a game with cats? Well, you know. It's just the cats take over, pretty much. There we go. Let me... Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. There you go. Pretty much, yes, both. So, basically, we have a Talati Phoenix Plunderer, which is a large class ship.
Entering system.
That a pirate
IS
ship
missed.
that is currently harassing my ships. That is something worth me actually making the detour over to take, since it's worth a couple million credits. I just have to get there, disable its engines, disable its guns, then wait for the rattlesnake to show up to send a couple boarding crew aboard, and I think we'll probably end things with that once I get that done. Unfortunately, I kind of wish I had a rattlesnake slash military or marine transport closer by. Unfortunately, the rattlesnake's probably going to be the fastest thing to get over there, unless I can get my... Phoenix might be able to get there faster, even. How's your marine count? Not great. Not great. And you're way the hell up here, too, so, yeah. No, you're definitely not viable for that. So, we're just gonna have to wait for my ship to get there, really.
Entering system. Unholy retribution.
Oh, you're just taking a nap. Unfortunately, this guy, as well, is not really the healthiest, as you can tell between the
Entering
difference of how
system.
skinny he
Trinity
is and how
Sanctum.
fat his brother is.
Requesting immediate backup.
Oh, aren't you adorable? Aren't you adorable?
Entering system. Bright
But
promise.
you're definitely doing a hell of a lot better now, aren't you, than you were? There was one point where this guy was just practically skin and bones and just shaking when I had to rush him into the vet to be like, what the hell's going on here? There we go, there we go. There you are. There you are, you adorable little rascal. But luckily, some delicious cat steroids later, he seems to be perking back up. Essentially, from what I could tell, he was allergic to his own stomach or something. That's about as close as they could tell from apparently a stupid amount of money's worth of blood work. Why is it so expensive for blood work? Why? But it is. Anyway. So yeah, he tends to not process food as well as he should. So he will periodically vomit quite a bit, rather than digest stuff, which is why he's been on that for quite a long time. And also now I've got a much more expensive cat food that, I mean, I haven't seen him vomit for quite a while, which is good. So clearly I made a really good choice swapping to that, even though it's expensive as all hell. It's definitely worth it if he can process it better than what he was eating before. Isn't that right, buddy? Mwah. How would you like, let me reach all the way in here, some delicious supplement. Where should I put that? There we go. Nice gel-based calories, essentially. Molasses, probably a bunch of other vitamins, minerals, and other such here. God knows the whole list of minerals on this thing is quite long. Here you go. But, of course, once he's had enough, he will actually get up and run away. So this is also how I get him off of me if he just really refuses to go. Let's be like, here, have some delicious supplement. And then after he's had enough, he's like, oh, there we go. He's gone. Ha-ha! What have we got in here? Crude protein, crude fat, crude fiber, moisture, acid, calcium, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, iron, manganese, iodine, A, D, E, thiamine. A lot of crap in this. Vitamin B12. So just a whole shit ton of stuff meant to give him just any kind of calorie intake that he will keep, basically. But yeah, he's definitely starting to get a little bit more filled out, which I'm quite happy about. But he still has a lot more left to go.
Disengaged.
Oh.
Autopilot. Entering Yanamos
There he is.
7.
Boy, you little bugger. I'm gonna disable your ass. First things first. Get behind him. And select him, scan him.
I did not authorize this.
Of course you didn't. So now we can see, he's not Talati, he's scale plate packed. Oh no! We'll just go ahead and blast your large shield generator here. Which we're actually out DPSing too, which is great. Usually I would target the engines first, but hey. This thing does have quite a few engines to it. And removing a shield generator does help with that. Alright, let's go ahead and take out this turret here if I can. I'll just angle my left side so that it can hit the turret without it being able to nail me.
Our ship is close to crack. Please stop shooting.
Too bad. Crack harder. And boom shakalaka, that's dead. Let's disable some additional engines on you. There we go. We got the third engine on the right here. Then I just gotta disable the guns and wait. Done. Oh, speaking of the devil. Let's duck out before it can bring them to bear. Completely.
Please, have mercy.
No mercy for you. You dared to assault my ships, therefore you must die. Well, you won't die, to be honest. I'll just capture you. And then sell you. To the highest bidder. Which is, of course, the Talati. Since I believe the reputation also affects on how much they will buy stuff from you for that. Right. Let's just go ahead and blast that. I think that's actually a missile turret as well, so I'd rather not have you launch missiles at me. Righto, looks like most of... Oh god, hello. Oh, it's just a shield generator.
Damage is getting serious.
So the repair drones will prioritize repairing the engines. There we go, shields are down. There goes the last of the shields. So they'll prioritize repairing the engines, so all I really have to do is periodically blast them, and we should be good to go. I'm assuming this guy is out of missiles, because he has, like, every turret that I've seen him have looks like missile turrets. So he must have blew through all of his missiles. Let's go ahead and disable. Oh. Apparently you still have a shield that I missed. It's regenerating again.
Have mercy.
No mercy for you. Now where the hell is your other shield generator? I suppose I could use Yeah, dumbfire launchers, plasma turrets up front. Oh, geez, speaking of which. How dare you, sir? With your dinky little medium-class plasma turrets. You insult me, sir. Thinking you could accomplish anything with that. Right, where's your other main shield generator? Ow. You want the DACA? I'll give you all the DACA. Oh, don't worry, my friend. I don't plan to destroy you at all. I have other plans for you. You don't need that engine, right? I didn't think so. Let me help with that. There we go. Yeah, where the hell is the other shield generator that I'm missing? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, hi, by the way. Again, it's a well, they're also dumbfire turrets as well, so even if they fired, all I have to do is just dodge out of the way. But at least we finally found that other L shield generator.
Repaired.
Stop your attack immediately. You will now suffer the consequences.
This is Sector Security. Comms channel open.
Reporting an attack against this station.
Negative.
Ha! I like how that was immediately denied, because I have a high relation with the Talati. So they basically looked at that and were like, no. I'm sure he had a perfectly good reason for what he did. Right, now, let's check on my rattlesnake. Where you at, Rattlebro? He is on the way. Would you mind stop effing around and get over here, please? Thank you. So now I have to wait for him to show up. So let me go ahead and enable my SATA here for a second. Sigh. Yeah, Plunderer, Phoenix, Vanguard should sell for quite a bit of money. Of course, after a bit of time, they will reset back to being neutral. And before I board, when I switch over to that ship, I need to also scan this again anyway. Otherwise, it'll once more be identified as a, say, a Talati ship, and I will potentially lose reputation for attempting to board it. That's assuming the rattlesnake actually gets here before something else decides to target this. Oh. One of his engines is online.
Our ship's close to cracking. Please stop shooting.
Then bail out. Even though this is a cap ship, and you never bail out of cap ships, but you know what? Bail out. Bail out now, and I will be merciful. So he's one sector out right now. He's on the way. Actually, let me quickly make sure. There's another pirate right there, actually. Okay, Minotaur. Raider. Make sure that you're good. All of your weapons are currently disabled, except for your main cannons, which, that'll be fine. So, boarding into this game is typically a matter of numbers. And actually, that's another, again, like I said before, where there's a lot of really, really good features in this game. I just wish they had more depth to them. Boarding is one of the systems that I wish had more depth. Because you basically just send a whole bunch of Marines on a ship and then wait for the RNG to roll a couple of dice to see whether they succeed in an attack and you know, kill off enemy crew or fail and lose some borders and so on. Whatever, you know, both their veterancy and everything else that kind of affects that system. There's just not enough that you can do to help them. Unlike in, say, Rebirth, where you had drones that you could launch and hack subsystems or disable certain sections of the ship as a distraction to help the borders out. There's no longer... Like, that was a good system. I enjoyed that system, but it no longer exists in this game, which is a shame. So that's one of the things where it's like you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. You can take what worked and, you know, enhance it, and take what didn't and, you know, look at the positive and negatives of why it didn't work, you know, what were the problems with it, and then, you know, fix those issues and again maybe enhance upon it further to make the system work. Like, one of the things that I kind of miss was the guided torpedo, which was a expensive but powerful little torpedo that you would launch and then you would fly it into the enemy ship or subsystems. That was a fun little thing, I have to say. It sucked being, like, what the hell, linked to only one ship, but hey. Right, let me go ahead and quickly boost away for a second. Slam on the brakes. Teleport over. Hello there, Captain. Get out of my ship. Thank you. Alright. I can see actually the main cannons on this thing are damaged as well. I need to fix that eventually. One thing that I do need to buy, hopefully sometime soon after I've spent a bit more money on additional additional stations to make more money, is going to be the L-class maintenance bay. Not necessarily the fabrication bay, because I have nowhere near enough money to buy both, as well as to brain cough. To buy all of the weapons, the shields, the blueprints, and everything required for that. Burn through this in order to get close quick. There we go. Identified as a pirate. Let's go ahead and board him. We'll send all of our recruits over there. And how many crew does he actually have? So he has 23 crew. So board. We'll send like 50. That should be good. Hull strength. We'll go ahead and do hull strength medium, so we can lower the risk to our boys.
To target.
And then I can use, like, this is why I like, look at this thing. Look at the main guns down below in this thing, if I can angle it a bit here. So you can see the prime guns on it, plus the 2 L-class turrets up top, and there's 2 more below.
Contact.
But when I actually fire these, even though these are actually damaged as well and need to be repaired to be fully, do their full damage,
Making preparations to breach.
they still do a lot of damage. Let me go ahead and once the last guy is docked, which again, this is another problem, because when they're trying to dock, they have issues at times where they will actually go through the ship itself, and will have it'll take them forever to dock.
Contact.
There we go.
Making preparations to breach.
Acknowledged.
Alright, let me switch to... I guess I don't have an individual one.
The target further.
There you go, boys. Get in there.
What's your status?
So yeah, these actually fire at quite the distance as well.
I need
Like, they're not super far, but still, like, if I fire them, you can see how just sexy they look.
Sit rep.
So let's take a quick look at... I just have to look in the encyclopedia for that.
You are free to engage.
They're gonna do their own thing here anyway. Military... weapons... rattlesnake main battery. So it has pretty decent projectile speed, effective range of 6.7 kilometers, which is decent, and it does 2,300 damage in 29, but still, yeah. Significant amount of damage. Falling back. Don't you dare fall back. Engage.
Please, have mercy.
No mercy for you. So I want to see their crew numbers start falling.
We've secured several sections.
Good.
Moving on.
That's a positive RNG event. I'm happy for that. But again, this is it. This is my UI. Like, there's no anything to say, you know, how many borders I have left, what's their current progress, you know, anything like that. It's just what I hear and what I see on the enemy ship for its crew numbers. You know, that's it. So they really could enhance boarding further, you know, give it a UI, throw like a, a skeleton or something, or a ghost of the ship up in the top right corner and kind of show what sections of the ship have been secured, you know, where they're having issues, maybe throw an event in every now and then, you know, fire a shot over at this area to disrupt them so that we can, you know, do more damage or something like that. So there's a lot of ways they could enhance it further. But again, I'm not a developer. God knows how much, you know, time and effort and coding would have to go into doing that. But yeah. And hey, look, the drones even transferred over. Fantastic. So now I can go on to here, information. Oops, wrong thing. And go over to the crew and promote the best crew member as captain of the ship. I can also, looks like we got quite a few more additional veterans here now. I would like you to perform a crew transfer with the rattlesnake here. There we go. So I'll take back all the recruits and the veterans, please. Thank you very much. And they should now get into pods and come on out. Or come back to me here. You can actually see them right there. So I love the visual. This is so much nicer than it was before. Like, damn. We can actually see them all coming in, too. So, perfect. Now let me, before I leave this ship and get in the other ship, which will cause this to then fly off to do its own thing, let me currently remove all of its orders, and then I can teleport back, because otherwise it would then start, you know, it would potentially cancel the crew transfer and then fly off over to here where I originally told it to go.
Dragon.
So yeah, that's a new ship boarded for me. Once all the crew is gone. Now one thing I could do is of course repair the ship. Either manually or just kind of let it repair itself over time. But even right now, if I were to outright sell that, for all the time and effort it took for me to acquire that, which really was practically nothing, if I were just to sell the ship right now, it would give me 8.4 million. 8.4 million credits, just like that. Quick, easy, done. Now, a full Raptor of Marines, so basic, brand new Marines, is about 500,000. So you could even send like 2 or 3 waves of them to capture a ship, and you'd still be making huge money. So let's go ahead and get up. This is another thing I don't think I've done yet, so let me go ahead and do that. We're gonna pop on out into the spacesuit here, fly on over. Now, one thing is that when you're using your repair laser to repair a ship and such, which will take a long time considering this is an L-class ship, you cannot repair damaged modules like this. If I were just to hit repair on this, this will not come back. This has to be repaired via the crew in the ship or via the repair drones. However, once the module, like this one right here, has been built, it won't be functional till it's at least 30%. I can then go over to that module, though, and repair it, and it will very quickly get back up to its movable percentage. And I'm crashing into the thing. I need to not be inside of it, though, because once it hits 30%, them engines are going to activate, and I'd rather not roast my ass. So yeah, this ship is now movable again. So it's always good to try and keep some of its repair drones intact, as once you capture the damn thing, they will transfer ownership over to you, which is nice. And apparently, because beforehand, the drones that were already out repairing it would not transfer ownership, and this time they did, so they must have changed that, which is quite nice, actually. I'm quite happy about that. But yeah, Like I said, I even have an MK3 repair, like a repair laser from a mod, so it's supposed to be slightly better for repair speed, but even then, it still takes like a ridiculous amount of time to repair anything. Also, I need to be close. And one of my Hermes Sentinels just... Okay, then. Why are none of my trade ships obeying my freaking sector ban lists all of a sudden? Speaking of which, that one can be removed now. It's like, why the fuck are you not obeying the sector ban lists?
Something hit us.
Of course it did. You're in a Xenon sector. He's using Blacklist too. They're all using Blacklist too. Which is the global setting. So why the flying fuck are you not obeying the Blacklist? That seems like a bug. That's definitely a new bug. Because the last time I played this, they were obeying the ban. They were 110% obeying the ban list. So something fucked up recently that's causing them to not obey the ban list properly, which is obviously a huge problem because now they're going into sectors that I've told them not to go, and they're getting themselves killed. So that's, 900,000 plus credits currently being thrown out the airlock, which again, they have not gotten my ROI or return on investment for. Not even close. So I'm a little bit salty about that. Recall subordinates. So all of those chimeras should now go dock with the Raptor. Yeah, I used to have like a good dozen like full-on trade fleets, and now not so much. Yeah, those boarding pods should disappear by themselves eventually. Right, let's not be out here now. Let's get out of here.
Saladi defense plat Dragon. Docking granted.
Because that's like the third or fourth trade ship I've lost in one session tonight. Because they went into a sector they weren't supposed to be. Well, not necessarily that they weren't supposed to be in, because Trinity Sanctum was a perfectly good, viable sector until an eye showed up and parked on its lawn. But still, for the other, like, 2 or 3 of them now that have gone into Xenon space and gotten themselves killed, I don't know what to say. All I know is I'm very pissed off that they keep suicide bombing themselves into, hostile sectors. It is very aggravating. Right, let's have you go over here. Very aggravating indeed. Right, before I call things here now, since we've done, another glance at basically all the mechanics here tonight, let me check on the progress of my Mega Transporter. Ooh. I am actually almost half tempted to give him a bit more time, because he is on the way. How about the other guy that I had doing the same thing? Not you. You're apparently new. So he's over an 18 billion right now. He's actually carrying antimatter converters, so it's not you. Huh. Awkward. Let me give you the same command then. Looks like we've regained some engine components. Well, this should be all the shipment we really need for quite a while anyway. Transfer wares with Grand Exchange. Confirmed. And we will go ahead and repeat that at least one more time. And that should keep him busy for quite a bit of time. Excellent. How is my money right now? Oh, I'm up to 280 million now. So we started out at 260 million, now we're up to 280. That's pretty good. A large part of that is probably me automating the Nvidia mining, so they're running off and doing their own thing now without me having to interfere, which is good. And that's actually using the default auto miner too, which is nice. As well as all the other, because right here, and again, I'm not sure if this is due to Tater Trade or just it's a default feature. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure on that. But I currently have another 6.5 million credits currently due in trades on the way. Not to mention what the stations themselves happen to be making right now. There's another million. We have 1,400,000 credits from you. Let's go down to Tharka's Ravine here. You've got a little bit of credits for me. Not quite as much, because you're just not selling. Mostly because I'm currently transferring all of the engine parts away from you to another location. But, you know, you still got a lot of weapon components you could sell if someone would actually buy them. But yeah. Let's take a look at this now, because the manager should have arrived here finally, which he has.
Can I help?
Here, have a management seminar so you're slightly less terrible at your job. Now, the question is... Oh, of course you... God damn it, autosave. Curse you, autosave. And hey, guess who's back to claim my mousepad again? There we go. Look who's having a nice nap. Aren't you adorable? Aww. 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 Oh, no, there. You can lay down. Sorry, I interrupted your nap. Aww. You're adorable. You are just the most adorable little bugger, I swear. Just don't knock anything over with your tail, please. Thank you. Alright. Let's calm you again. I do have another management seminar for you. Fantastic. You are now a 2.5-star manager. That should be more than sufficient. Now, subordinates should be... I apparently cannot select the subordinates. That's unfortunate. They are launched, though, so they are doing the job. So let's go ahead and look at... So they don't need any more funds for station construction. I'll eventually have to tweak the operating budget. Because, again, it's weird that the operating budget... Because we're basically providing all of the resources that this thing needs, the station needs. So it shouldn't have an operating budget. Station is missing a storage of this type. So we're missing liquid storage. That is actually a big problem. So the only thing we can actually mine right now is silicon, which they're working on. In that case, let me look at the station configuration. Yeah, container storage is still on the way, but why do we not have a liquid storage? Oh, I must have forgot one. Well, that's kind of a problem because, again, I cannot change... Like, I cannot say, hey, I really need this liquid storage now. So that's actually a significant problem there. Because now, until the entire station is built, including that liquid storage, the station will not be able to produce a lot of the goods. I will have to buy the resources, which is kind of the, you know, voiding the whole point of having a self-sufficient station. Apparently, they still don't require any resources, though. Even though I just added on a module to it.
Awaiting orders.
It did save, too. It did, so, huh. Well, awkward. Awkward indeed. But, whatever. It is what it is, so... The Argon Trading Port. Let's take a quick look around the area here. Weapon components are in demand. Shield components are not. Engine parts are being sold in bulk around there. So again, it's tough to find areas that are actually requesting a lot of those resources. Like 18 billion here should be a big area for, yeah, and there's actually a heavy demand here for engine parts. Let me actually take a quick look at the station calculator here and see if I've got the got it updated with the 4 engine parts. Yes, it is. The biggest issue, per se, is that the station calculator takes into account having basically full workforce, so it doesn't necessarily give the proper estimation for resources, I should say. Unless, actually, what? Here we go. So actually it can, I just had it incorrectly assigned here. So by lowering down the actual workforce per se, so let me look at the... What's the workforce at right now here? So the workforce is 821. So we'll go ahead and slide that up to 821, give or take. So... Interesting. So currently we're not actually producing enough medical supplies for the station. We're also only producing like 3,000... Well, once the other 2 modules get attached there, we'll be producing 3,900 an hour right now, assuming that the 2 modules were to be built basically right now. Now, if the workforce was to be maxed out, you're basically producing another 1,000 units of engine parts with the 4 factories. So 4,800. God, you are cute. You are adorable, just napping there. Yeah, you are. So yeah, I didn't know I could change that slider to find out. Which is interesting as well, because according to that, because I'm lowering it down, I can now see, yes, there are actually expenses, whereas if I max that out... Let's see. So yeah, there still are definitely expenses for that. But we have a, what's it called? We're lacking Nostrop oil and medical supplies for what we have right now, but that's fine. We'll gain more as we get the population, but yeah. It's just a shame that it takes as long as it does to increase it. And I've never found any, I didn't see any mods when I looked it up either, to increase the rate at which workforce generates. Let's see, maybe there is one here. Let me take a look. It's like, is there a mod for workforce?
Go ahead. Make my day.
Hey, thank you for the follow there, Kamapulu. Appreciate it, mate. Welcome to the Shenanigans. Let's see here. Yeah, my station after 30 plus minutes has 39 workforce. Need 27,000. This might be a bit of a problem. Gonna be waiting a while. Do you have plenty of food, medical supplies? Usually get much more after each shift if you have a lot of that. There are some conditions that affect their numbers. Yeah. 400 hours save. Factory needs 15,000 workers. Built it about the 250 hour mark. And now it's at 10k workers. Still waiting on the other 5,000. So, yeah. Yeah, food and medical are full. I'm assuming mine are probably the same. Yeah. I've got a significant amount of medical supplies. Optimal number of workers is currently 7,680. Time until the next shift is another 22 minutes, and then God knows how many we're going to get. We might need to buy more Nostrop oil, perhaps, but still, you know, we should. They consume 500 of that an hour. We already have... We have 46,000 of that. For Nostrop oil, we've got 39,000, so we've got more than enough. Way more than enough. But still, we're only at 10% workforce, and God knows how long that's going to take. And I don't see... Oh, H2O Dragon Tweaks. Wait, I know that guy. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Workforce, we tweak. Workforce enhancement tweak. Workforce enhancement facilities are production modules you build on a station, taking advantage of the gig economy, providing special refreshments, fire ice. Workers can be more than double the productive efficiency for the entire station, increasing the rate of population growth, build several for even more profit, tweaked worker reproduce a bit more and work harder. Worker enhancement facility. It employs up to 900 workers, consumes fire ice, produces engine parts, costs 10 million credits. Interesting. Do I actually... Let me check Steam here quickly. Because I'm trying to think if this is the same person that I'm thinking of here. God knows if I even still have him on here. New world preview. Apparently a few people I know are on that. I'll have to check that out at some point and see what they think. God only knows. Huh. Either way, there are apparently some tweaks available, so that'd be interesting. But I'm not seeing any like straight up specific mods that enhance that. So it has to be done through like asset tweaks like that, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any other real good way to make it happen. Other than just waiting a shit ton of time. Which is not necessarily a good viable option. Regardless though, again, we did get quite a bit done. We did capture the... We did capture that Phoenix. He's almost at the destination here as well. Where is he actually? There he is. Yeah, Phoenix Vanguard. And I think he's actually managed to repair a bit more of his hull. So as they manage to repair that up, they will sell for a little bit more money. So it's up to 8.7 now. So I can give him some more repair drones. I can also give him a couple of crew members for the service crew, which will repair it a little bit faster and then sell it for more money. Again, I really don't like the Talati cap ships, period, at all. They're trash. They really are. So I'm just gonna outright sell it eventually, one way or the other. I'm not gonna bother to keep it. I still have my other Phoenix Vanguard that I got a long time ago. That's just running patrol missions right now, but it's just, you know, it's not super effective at all. The weapons on it are kind of terrible. The positioning of weapons on it are terrible. It's just blah. Like, Extra Birth at least had the one saucer, per se, with the engines just straight up on the back. And as long as it was facing properly, like, it would deal ridiculous damage, but the AI never knows how to pilot ships to get proper facing for guns, unfortunately. That's why, like, for the Rattlesnake is a perfect example. Like, 90% of the guns on the Rattlesnake will never face the ship it's targeting, because they won't position themselves properly to use their main batteries and all their cannons on target. Like, the Rattlesnake especially is basically, you would imagine it like a siege cannon. Like, you're meant to move it, like, directly at the enemy, straight at it, and then have it open fire everything it has. You adorable cat, you. And instead they treat it like, you know, a man of war style side-firing battleship, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, let me get rid of this stuff. You enjoy your nap, kitty. Since you're clearly not giving me my mouse pad anytime soon. But yes. Regardless, it's already been 4 hours. Dear God, I should probably get some sleep, as I need to be up relatively early in the morning for a 4-hour drive, so huzzah for that. Regardless, though, let's go ahead and save things there and call it for now. So, there's still a lot we have to do. We will have the new expansion eventually coming up to look forward to, and did the autosave kick in? Because everything just kind of froze. What a interesting time for the autosave to apparently kick in. That or the game is crashing, which would suck. It shouldn't be. What the hell is wrong with you? There we go. That was slightly buggy. Let's go and overwrite this save. Sure. So a save followed by a save, apparently. Of course, just as I hit escape, it decides it wants to do that, because why not? But yeah, right now I do lack a bit of a goal. But I think I really just need to spend some time looking around the universe. I'm probably going to do that off stream, see where I can build a bunch of stations, probably even get them started. Maybe be it individual stations, or again, further, you know, my complex empire, or whatever, of stations like I always seem to do it. And then just sell things around the universe. So I might just build some more station complexes in areas that have all the resources for them, and then have ships just ferry those around the universe. Might be the best idea. So we already got one that's building advanced power. Advanced power. Advanced power. No. Advanced electronic chips, as well as smart chips, which are in relatively high demand in the area. So I could add on some another one for shield modules, weapon modules, maybe engine components are obviously in high demand everywhere, it seems, except for where my other ships are currently at. So I could probably find some other centralized locations, throw a whole bunch of different modules on, and then just kind of see where it goes. But regardless, thanks for watching, have yourselves a great one, and I will catch you all maybe sometime later in the week when I get back. Till then.